You want to know what guys really think and talk about behind closed doors? Look no further. Welcome to the Other Guys podcasts. You'll most likely be offended, but you'll probably laugh too. So, enjoy.
Okay. Hey. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. And all of the above. This is the Other Guys podcast. And this is also a special one because it's like near the end of times of the year. This is near
You worded that in the best possible way.
Always do.
It sounded like end of
Always.
times. Yeah, everyone, hug
knows?
your loved one.
The world could end.
Hug
of the year.
Find who you love the most and tell them you'll miss them forever
Listen,
because you're gonna die.
Maybe the Mayans got it wrong. Instead of 2012, it was 2019 or whatever. I don't know, 2018 or whatever.
Yeah, they probably sucked at math. They didn't have calculators back then.
They were
so.
pretty good at math. But anyways, yeah, this is the Other Guys podcast.
Yeah.
We're coming down to the end of 2018.
How do you feel about 2019 coming? That's a weird number. I'm not into it 2019 yet.
I'm more into 2020.
I'm not really into like odd number years, you know?
Actually, 19 is my favorite number. So
Unless it's like a 5. 5s are cool. It's like a half decade. But like, man, I can't get behind like 7s or 3s. Like 2003. What the fuck was that?
That was a good year.
Was it?
was that a Bush year?
I think I graduated high school that year.
When I was
That was a
young,
Bush year.
every year was a Bush year.
There's that.
Ha,
No, but yeah, there is that.
no
But-
Bush.
No. 19 is my favorite number. But what do you call? So
Why is he like Joe Sakic or
oh
something?
no, there's Steve
Steve
Yzerman.
Yzerman,
Steve
yeah.
Yzerman.
But also Joe Sakic.
There's a long history of the number 19. It has followed me throughout life. It's like this.
So this is gonna be
haunting
this might be a
number.
good thing or
Could be,
like a
could
bad
be a good
thing.
year or a bad thing. I don't know.
Do
It
you
could
think
be-
like
Just let us know what jail terms are.
Maybe.
Generally 19 and
maybe
19 to
gonna
life?
angle his way into that.
there's
Right?
there's legalities. Wait, what? 19-year-olds?
I feel like this is
No,
going to be your
no.
breakout year, though. New job, maybe you get to live away
Maybe.
from home.
No, I have a lot of.
He's already
Nah,
denied.
just
Like I'm trying to
dismisses
pump him
it.
up, but
Yeah,
he's like,
just-
no, not even
no.
going to happen. No.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Before we dig into that, because I do want to talk about that, I have this this
But,
theory.
okay, you know what you want to say
Yeah.
before you were talking about good years. You know what a good year was?
Yeah,
2003.
2001,
When I was young. 2003.
9/11.
No, yeah. September 19th.
Never forget.
The late 90s, I used to like to watch Days of Our Lives.
Mm-hmm.
That was so. You're talking about a decade or
Soap opera.
like-
Did you
How
get
do
like
guys feel
into
about
it?
that? How do you feel about that?
I got into General Hospital for like a good 6 months.
I'm talking like I was in. Like I was
Yeah.
like an old lady.
No, I did the same.
I recorded them. Like
Oh,
I
you
was
I didn't record mine, but
I was in.
no, I felt like an old lady because then there was like a time like I was at my grandma's house and I was like, oh, I'm gonna not be home and I miss General Hospital, and then she was watching General Hospital, and then we talked like old women about General Hospital during commercial breaks, going like, what's gonna happen with Sonny? You know, like it's
Yeah, if there's anybody out there that knows that Stefano was just so evil.
Right.
Right.
My house was
The
a
whole
young and
Marlena
restless.
kidnapping. Everybody knows.
My mom always
Right.
used to play the what's the one where it's like bum 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 bum. It's like the it's one of the it's the theme song for like it's a romantic theme song to one of the
Y&R?
yeah, Young and Restless. Yeah, she used to play that like all the time.
Y&R.
That's like that really like
Yeah,
you know.
what? I will admit I was subjected to you know what? There was a solid period of time where like a really tight friend of mine, this girl, I was like at her house every day after school.
Mhm.
Or like I would go over, like I would be after school for her and whatever. I remember it was on at 4:30, everybody, right? Is it still on at that time? But she would watch it. So like like I'd end up like watching it or whatever. She'd record it and then I'd watch it, and it sucked. Like it definitely wasn't as good as Days of Our Lives, but for me, but you end up catching on in a way.
You get sucked into
even
like
though you don't like it, you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's like that first viewing or couple
That
thing that
Billy,
seems really
you know.
cheesy and like weird. And you're like, why is this like this? And then you just like, it's like, who is the mystery killer? Kind of thing, right? You know, it's like you're like I
Yeah.
want to see this all the way
Oh, I
through,
think
but
somebody was
it'll
possessed by a ghost.
but it'll always take like the storylines will take as fucking long as possible.
Well, do you remember that there was that supernatural soap opera called Passions?
Oh, there was like they're witches, right?
Oh god.
Or they? I don't know. I just
My
remember.
sister,
It
I
was
remember
like somewhat supernatural, or there was
sister's
like a
friend
cat.
watched that, and I remember going like, why? I didn't really understand why you would want to watch.
You
that.
know what? I didn't understand it then.
Mm-hmm.
I'd maybe give it a fair go now. You know, like be like, okay,
Got some free time.
I like the supernatural aspect of the world.
Yeah,
You know, what you don't do this?
it's like
I am
You've
not,
never been a soap opera guy.
I've seen it, but I'm not gonna. I'm. It's not my thing. I don't know. I'm not a. I'm. I guess you guys are in. You know what? Maybe it's because you guys aren't
What were
millennials.
you watching if you were homesick from school?
I think it's just one of those
When you were,
things
like-
that you might. It's like I don't know.
Fuck, I'd rather
think
watch Maury, man.
I don't think anyone means.
Jerry
I don't think
Springer and
anyone
Maury,
means
yeah.
to watch them. Like it's just like, but
Jerry
you get
Springer.
you get inadvertently hooked
Jerry
on them.
Springer.
Jerry Springer was a fucking show that, like, you wanted to see degenerates, the lowest of the low.
Maury,
You know,
Maury's a good one.
Springer, yeah. Heck, even
Yeah,
Judge
Kevin said
Judy.
Maury, but Judge Judy's on. What do you mean?
Did you say
Judge
Maury?
Judy was Judge Judy is the best
Yeah.
shit on TV. That old lady makes the most money. Did you know that?
Oh yeah.
Did you know that she's the highest paid television personality?
Doesn't she
bar
get-
none.
because she works a lot.
Yeah, no, she only works for like 1 month a year. But
Oh,
she bangs out like
all those
60
episodes.
episodes in a month, like 2 a day, and then she's done, and she gets paid like $150 million. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. Wow.
But she's really cool, and I would like to meet Judge Judy. You'd be
She
scared
seems-
of her. I
yeah.
think. I'd be petrified, but
Oh, I wouldn't want to go in for a case because like I'd immediately fuck up. Like I don't.
shit! You know what? You in
No,
front of
nope.
Judge Judy would be like the most
Nope.
entertaining thing on television.
I would
Can
not.
you, she'd shred him. She'd
Oh, 100%.
shred 'em.
100%. I'd be like,
What did you do? What
There's
did you do
nothing.
wrong?
oh, who knows?
What if it's like it's one of those stories where like
Who knows?
Kevin's
She'd be
Kevin's
like- she'd be
parents
like,
sue
"What's wrong
him.
with this guy.
He just like to sue him to get kicked out of the apartment, and he's like, "Nope, I gotta have somewhere to store all my swords."
The defendant.
and I gotta, and then like he's like, "Nope, I'm not taking this abandonment by my parents." And they're like, "You're 32, Kevin."
There was a real court case though about that.
Yeah, the
There
guy-
was that real court case.
Yeah, that guy was so funny.
Did he
and then
win or did he?
No,
No.
So he had to leave home, eh?
Yeah, he tried to sue his parents for
No,
kicking him out of
but
the
they
house.
were reasonable. Like the judge gave him 3 months.
Oh,
Like he could stay another 3 months.
that must have been an awkward 3
or
months.
maybe 6. Like they gave him time.
If your parents want you out that bad, you got to go.
but the
fucking
parents
day
weren't
one.
even like, they were like, we're not even like, we won't even kick him out. It's just he's not even trying
But then if you go to court, that's
to move out. Like he's
And
just
he-
like, nah, I'm never
but he
leaving.
had
And they're
a-
like,
he
no,
had a-
you have to move.
He had a kid too.
No,
somehow-
did he? I know.
Somehow,
no,
he did.
That guy. Did
He
not
had a
have
kid. I don't know who had
Did
that
he
with him,
steal
but
that baby?
no, it was apparently like that was like they showed like a follow up.
Was it his kid or was he just like?
I don't
was
know
some girl
how
trying
it
to
was his
loop him
kid.
in because
Like it was. I mean, like it's strange to think that guy, got anywhere with a woman, but
I just remember seeing the picture of him in court with his parents sitting behind him.
it's just
and
some
I'm
guy
like,
you just always
that's
imagine
so
who's in
weird.
his pajamas. They just like one. of
Then
those
the guy
sorts.
had long hair, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
like
yeah.
glasses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't give a fuck.
What?
No, it's interesting because then I think he was on they had some follow up show where he was trying to get a job. He got fired from the job, and then he was was living like in basically a lady's basement.
But he moved out.
He moved out, but then like the lady was being kind of nice to him at first, and then you're talking to her, and she's like, "Yeah, I really had to get on him about stuff because he was supposed to do like chores or something for her, like just to cut down on like the cost of rent."
Oh, like
And he stopped doing that altogether. Like he wasn't cutting the grass, and the guy
See,
wasn't.
that's his problem. He went from like a home situation,
Yeah,
living at home, into another living at home situation where it's like
he didn't learn
cutting
anything.
the
It seemed like he
grass and
didn't. He didn't learn anything right away again because it was like this lady was like going sticking her neck out to give him a better deal. And he still was fucking her over. Like it just wasn't like, it was just like, and that kind of like attitude where it's like, but it's hard,
That's why the world needs another war. But anyways,
that Bill Burr stuff about like those people, just the natural selection, leave it to them, right?
Yeah, there's no more. There used to be ways for natural selection to happen, but there's none of that shit anymore.
So,
What you? Because like you want to talk about soap operas, but like
no, I wasn't going to talk about soap operas.
I want to know how was your fucking 2018? What was your 2018 like?
Garbage.
How so? Why?
Why?
Well, no,
personally, for me,
I think we might
I'm
know.
in a job transition now
Okay.
because my previous workplace.
But there's got to be more than just that
sucks
happening.
Balls.
Like, you do. What's the coolest thing you've done?
Full of maniacs.
What's the high? Fine. We're not talking about. Let's stay away from the
I
negative.
could go off on that.
Okay, but I want.
I want to go off on that.
We could.
All the dirty secrets.
I want to know what was the highlight of fucking 2018. What was the best thing that happened to you in 2018?
Nothing.
What about this podcast?
Okay.
This podcast went from 50
I got a
listeners
sweater.
to 102.
I don't know, man.
You've had you haven't.
I'm still breathing.
Did I have a good year?
You moved? Did you move to Toronto this year? Or was it?
No, it was last year.
Last
So
year.
this year wasn't very memorable, I guess.
So what's the biggest thing you did this year? Then?
I don't even know.
Jesus
I
Christ.
worked all year basically, and at the new job I got last year with you guys, and then you guys both left me, so now I'm kind of like don't have any cool people to hang out with at work. Besides,
Okay.
We
And,
leave
and
my
I-
situation very vague, Kirk.
very
Yeah.
I'm a
very vague.
vague individual.
I never saw any of
Okay.
you guys before.
I don't want to talk about the
There you
work
go.
shit. I don't want. Listen.
I guess no. I feel
I could bring the hammer down over there, and then all of a sudden, lawyers and lawsuits.
I don't want to talk about work shit because work shit, whatever.
I don't
I'm
know. I don't
talking
even
about
know where
in your day to day personal lives.
What was
What's
the
the
highlight?
coolest thing? I mean, for me, just off the top of the head.
me and Murray went to a Maple Leafs game and they
Okay.
won.
We did. Yeah.
That was good.
yeah, that was
okay.
a good time.
I think it was pretty fun. And then
Yeah.
we got a hot dog and
that's
a big
right.
line. It was like we saw what's his name. We ran away from. No, I was kidding. There's one guy. Remember on the Maple Leafs, you said he wanted to fight you or something. So
Darcy Tucker?
I think it was Nick Caprios.
No, I scratched his car though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I met Darcy Tucker.
Yeah, Darcy, I scratched his car when I was younger, getting autographs. Kiprios. Yeah, Kiprios was a bit of an asshole when I met him when I was young. He played on my roller hockey team at a charity thing, and he was an asshole to me.
And you
But
know.
so was Steven Seagal. So hey,
What was Steven Seagal like other than being an asshole? Was he weird as shit and like weird guy?
wore poncho, sat on a milk crate.
Yeah, he's pretty down to earth.
I went to talk to him and said, "Hey, Mr. Seagal, I'm a big fan," and he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure you are."
Oh wow.
Or no, something like, "Yeah, I got lots of fans." Like he was just an asshole, and it was. Just
I like the what was that from the
so
one?
This automatically is mad weird and not going
Yeah.
anywhere very good.
What's that one
So
thing
thanks
from?
for this, man.
What's that one movie where he's like big fan? Why wouldn't you be like that? That's what he would say. That's what I would say if I ever got famous. I was like, "Hey, Kirk, big fan." Yeah. Why
when you
wouldn't
get to
be?
a certain level,
I won't be there. Maybe I
there's
will.
a certain level of
I don't need
jerkness. Remember, at the end of the day, the
Not
guy's
necessarily, no.
No, the guy-
some people aren't jerks.
the guy isn't a social media influencer. He's just a what do you call? So
I think Kevin. Oh, sorry, not Kevin Spacey. I'm trying to think. What's the other guy?
well, Kevin Spacey's grabbing people's balls and shit up in the bathrooms of restaurants
yeah. No, who
or
were?
in the makeup trailer.
But so I think someone like
know.
Steven Seagal. Maybe he's just like
Good
more.
choice.
Maybe he was just more like an asshole because like he's been given a pretty
But
rough.
this was like 99, 2000.
Oh, so it was
this
like that movie-
after
movie with-
Under Siege. and
Remember
Marked
like the
for
movie with
Death and-
DMX? That was pretty good.
That was this movie.
Oh, okay. That's
Exit
too
Wounds, I
bad.
think, yeah.
I was
Exit
thinking maybe
Wounds, yeah.
Exit Wounds. I like that one.
Everybody
I
else
just kind of
was cool.
assumed like
DMX
he.
was cool, man. I won $50 off him, and Isaiah Washington.
Mm-hmm.
He was a cool guy too.
Yeah, I just assumed maybe like
But Steven Seagal.
Seagal. Maybe he just like like he kind of fell off the face of the earth. Everyone just makes fun of him now. So it's like,
Well, doesn't he live in Russia?
maybe he's kind of like
I don't know
Dennis.
what he's doing. He was on TV as a sheriff, and now he's in like Russia as an ambassador or something.
Yeah.
Fighting to
No, but he's like not even
He's
like
fighting
on the
bears?
American side of
Maybe,
it. Like
maybe.
he's
No, he's on the Russian side.
he's on the Russian side,
he's
kind of like Dennis
he's-
Rodman
he's
is with
Team
the.
Putin. Yeah, Rodman.
He's the Dennis Rodman of Russia. if that
Well,
makes
I mean, you
sense.
got to look at who the president is, and
Who
these
would
are
you
his
rather
delegates.
have?
A Rod-
Dennis Rodman or Steven Seagal? Who would you rather have in your corner?
Like if I'm.
Who, like, in terms of what, politically or
Just there, man. Like
as a side guy?
Rodman is like, if it's a sporting event, I got Dennis
Oh,
Rodman.
100%.
But if a fight breaks out, you know
Seagal.
what? Shit, Dennis Rodman, man. He was in that shit movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Double
though,
Team?
right? Double Team.
Seagal is
He might be able to fight.
legit a keto master.
Yeah,
Steven
like
Seagal can
he
inflict some
actually has
damage.
legit
Yeah.
skills, and he can actually fight. So
Who are you gonna have a
that?
better time with?
Oh, Rodman.
Can I?
Dude, he
Can I take
We
Will
might make
Will
you put on some
Sasso?
pump.
he married Carmen Electra at one point in life. Any man that's
Yeah, it was in
touched
his
Carmen
heyday, like-
Electra at one point
Can I-
Really?
is fucking good in
I
my
was
books.
never a Carmen Electra
Dave
guy.
Navarro, fucking
I was
all those
never a
guys.
Carmen
So she's
Electra
been with
guy.
creepy dudes. Okay, fair enough.
But I was she was in that movie. What, Basketball?
Yeah,
Great movie.
Yeah.
Baseball is a great movie.
Listen, 90s babe, man.
I'll take Will Sasso playing Steven Seagal as the person who I am with.
No, Will Sasso, I'd hang out no matter what. Will Sasso's a cool
But if he
dude.
wants
Yeah.
to, I would
he
hang out.
Canadian?
Huh?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's from
He's
Vancouver, I
Canadian,
think.
right?
or
Oh, big time. Yeah, Vancouver boy, man.
something. Yeah.
You know? But,
I'll take Steven Seagal. But yeah. Carmen Electra, really?
But she was like,
she was your Baywatch babe.
yeah, she was on Baywatch.
I mean, Pamela Anderson was the
You
top,
like Pam
but
Anderson? See, I like Pam Anderson in Home Improvement.
yeah,
When
but
she was what's her face, and then Heidi was good too.
Yeah.
but wasn't she a Heidi, and they replaced her with another Heidi? Or there was two.
Was she Heidi or was she somebody else?
I thought they just like recasted Heidi.
Maybe.
It was just like,
Oh,
who's
it
this-
had to have been a different person.
I thought it was just like we're gonna call her the same thing,
I don't
like
know.
the
If
one,
anybody knows,
No,
like
I
the
don't
lady who originally played Will Smith's like aunt
Vivian.
Vivian. They
Yeah,
replaced
but
her.
that was like the 4th season or something.
but
like-
they didn't say
third
they didn't
season?
go like, hey, you got a new wife. It's the same one.
No, a little different. Though.
Yeah,
this
I guess
was like
'cause
just
that
a
was-
tool girl at the show. But Baywatch girls, like who was that girl? Man,
There's so many.
I was partial
Erica
to that Nicole
Laniak.
Eggert. I
Remember-
used to like her. She was like an '80s girl.
Jessica-
I like the
Jesse,
one who was in
McCarty?
the older one with the looked like Jamie Lee Curtis.
the one Mitch's girl.
Oh,
that his girlfriend?
The
one
short hair
from,
one.
Short
the
hair
one
one.
from. Shit.
Yeah,
But I'm happy to.
Dragnet.
I'm
you ever
happy.
seen the movie Dragnet?
Yes, with
It's with
the remake though, right? Dan Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd.
That's a remake, though.
Oh yeah.
Because of
From
like
the
the
80s, though.
like that's the
and Tom Hanks.
because Dragnet was the TV show and they made that into a movie.
And then they made another show
uh-huh.
with Ed O'Neill and
He was in Dragnet?
Ethan Embry
I
in
never-
like 2002 or something, and it failed.
Oh, I never saw that.
But
I'm
no, the
happy,
movie, she's the main
uh,
girl that they want to like sacrifice. Anyways. nobody
Oh
cares.
shit, I remember that part. Yeah, but I'm happy to report to everybody that my first memory of a boner occurred at the beginning of Baywatch.
It's
All that bouncing, you know.
I think that's been
Wasn't
a
it
general.
the beginning?
I just didn't know what it was. I was like, "What is this?" And I remember just getting like a.
You didn't know what the
My mom told me.
bouncing was?
I asked my mom. No, I didn't know why I had a boner. I didn't know what a boner was. I just got it.
You asked your mom?
And I asked my mom, and she said I had to pee, and I don't think I don't think I have to pee, Mom. And she just didn't want to tell me what it was. I think she's probably embarrassed.
I think
I
mine
came
was,
I came like over with a boner basically.
The movie Idle Hands. with
Oh, Jessica Alba? Yeah.
Yep, that was it.
I remember that movie.
That was it.
Yeah, I diddled a few times to that one.
There was go.
I didn't see that movie for a long time, and I just saw the clips of her just like half naked, and I was like, yeah,
Right.
Jessica Alba.
So in general, your 2018s were pretty.
I'd say mediocre,
Yeah.
but
Hot garbage.
how about you, Kevin? What was your
I
20?
had a good in 2018.
Got a motorcycle.
Got a motorcycle. Went on some pretty amazing trips.
Went to Sarnia. No, that was the year before. Sorry,
No,
can't
it was
count
the year-
that.
I've been to Windsor. I've been all around Ontario. Oh, shitload of because of my job. I went around all of Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
Saw Bon Jovi in concert.
Yeah.
Doesn't can't get it like he used to, but it's still good times. What else?
I don't believe it. He's still awesome.
No. He's still awesome, but he
Didn't make you wet, is what you're saying.
There were certain notes that he couldn't hit that night.
Exactly. You're like, I wanted to feel that.
No, that particular
legit.
night, there were certain songs that he just couldn't like. He would like dip a little bit as opposed to hit those notes that he used to be able to. So things I noticed, but still puts on a great show. I'm not down.
Maybe it was the sound system.
Listen. He's getting a little older, but still rocking it. What else? I don't know. Turned 30.
Yeah.
So
I missed your
Yeah.
birthday. I saw you the next day, but I remember you
forgot.
had this.
yeah.
Kevin had the most amazing birthday planned.
Oh no, like I basically
He sent
did
around like a
everything-
memo to everybody at work. It was like, I'm gonna work out at 7:30, and
Oh,
then
no.
like
Okay.
shoot some guns.
Okay, hold on.
and then
hold
go
on.
work.
Kirk's gonna explain what you had on.
You had like a
pants.
manifesto, basically.
No.
What you were gonna
Because
do.
here's the thing. Because here's the difference. Years before, and what I used to do was I'd create an event, and then because now that I'm older, people have responsibilities and blah 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 blah. Sometimes people can't make it. Sometimes people can. Sometimes people cancel last minute. So I could never actually book a place. And some people like they book a restaurant or they book a bar or they make reservations.
Book a restaurant
Or whatever, right? And they do all that shit, and I couldn't do that shit. So the way I did it was, okay, here's what I want to do today, and you can either come along for the whole ride or just show up when you can. So my day basically started out with hitting the gym with my with whoever I could. I ended up going with two of my buddies who were there, worked out, had a good time, got some fucking reps in, and then after that we went to go shoot some guns because I wanted to shoot some guns.
So far, I'm 2 for 2.
And you were not there, Kirk. You were not there. I don't know.
Well, I had to work that day, and it's when I tried to go.
I get that. No, that's
and
what
I got
I'm
off.
saying.
I got off early, and then I called you, and you already
They're
you'd
having a
spent.
conversation they should have had offline.
But the thing I thought was weird because you planned so much, you overdid it, and then you're like you canceled the rest of the evening when everyone else I would have been available.
You want to know what my birthdays were for I don't know, man, 12 solid years.
You just went to the Brunswick house.
No, but the brunny was a good time every night.
Yeah.
Once upon a time ago.
Yeah.
What's your ideal birthday?
Nah, no real ideal birthday. No plans other than getting the word out to whoever, if even then, maybe not even me, just to be like, I'm going to be out at this pub, normally a pub, and I'm going to be drinking.
I don't see that's
it. And then people would show up, and then I would basically be leaving half drunk pints everywhere, and I don't really remember a lot of my birthdays.
Yeah, well, that's the
Because,
thing. I don't even drink.
I just get wasted.
As
and
I'm getting
have a
older,
hangover.
I don't even drink as hard as I used to anymore. So I don't even
30.
get drink. Yeah, so
I don't remember my 30th birthday.
Do you know on my 30th birthday, I woke up and I was at my mom's house, and my brother had
'Cause I was
hired.
so drunk.
My brother had hired someone to put those things on the lawn. There was 30 frogs, cardboard cutout things.
Who did?
My brother. I guess not my brother. My brother, he paid for it, but my sister-in-law, someone she knows, that's a company they have. They do that for birthdays and stuff. They got these those lawn ornaments, and so that's something I never thought I would see happen to me. So yeah, it was cool. And then people were driving by wishing me happy birthday because I was just standing out there getting my picture taken with my mom. And I was like, this is kind of cool. Yeah. I mean,
did you enjoy that though? Did you have a good time? Yeah.
it was weird at first, but now I look back on it and go, that's cool that happened. I have
Okay.
photographic proof that I was, on
Look, at the end of the day, whatever you prefer, whether it's drinking or frogs on your lawn, whatever it is.
I think flamingos is at 50. So
As I get older,
50 of those.
my thing is about I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do, and you're either along for the ride or you're not. That's my thing. So that's what I do for my birthdays now. I'm not about booking up a spot, going there, and then spending 12 hours. No. I'm gonna do things I want to do. Whether that's ride a bike all day.
I just don't want. I never put anything on anyone else. I never some people do that now. They. Oh my God! So how many people are gonna come out for my birthday dinner?
Oh yeah,
I need
know
to know
yeah.
reservations, and then it's fucking half show up, and then the birthday person is all moping, depressed, and then they get drunk. And then they're like, oh, well, they didn't show up. And then it's a whole fucking thing. Stop doing that. Whoever's doing that, just stop doing that. It's annoying to everybody.
Stop.
Just don't invite people out for your birthday. You know who wants to have dinner with you? It's probably 5 people.
It's just your mom.
Literally 5. No, it's probably a boyfriend or a girlfriend and very close friends outside of that. And probably their significant others because they got to get dragged into it. So you're looking at 6 people. Stop trying to do dinners with 15 people. Half of the people don't want to go there. You'll probably notice half the people just order an appetizer and get the fuck away from you anyways. Just get over it.
Okay.
You've heard it here
Except
first,
the fact
everybody.
that these people may be your friends, but chances are they don't want to sit there for your birthday.
girls
and have
do a
dinner.
whole
They'd rather
different-
just go and drink.
Girls do a whole different.
They're the
ballgame
ones who
to the
tell me
guy.
that they hate going. They're the ones who say, "Oh my God, I
But
gotta go to her fucking
you-
dinner."
listen,
And
when a
then
girl invites-
they talk shit to me about that, and then they go, "Oh, we're best friends," and it's
Here's the
no.
If a
You're
girl
not.
if a girl invites you to one of these parties where it's 20 people deep and reservations,
don't go.
You gotta go.
No,
or,
I don't
or,
go.
Or she cuts you off.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
See,
But you know what? No, because I'm gonna get somebody there is going to override me not being there. Something is gonna happen, or somebody else isn't gonna show up. Like then it's just like because then I've established.
Yeah.
Don't count on me showing up. So they can't really be pissed at me. They're like, well, it's Murray.
Well,
You know what I mean?
There's
Chances
that.
are he doesn't go to this shit anyways because he doesn't like this crap.
See,
However,
yeah.
every now and then I'll pop in.
Right.
Good time.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, good
Here's the
time.
thing. I used to because like you know me, I like my activities. I'm an activities man. I like to set up things, go out and do. I've asked you numerous times for paintballing and fucking other shit that we've done out or whatever.
Yeah. I guess it's stuff that I don't want to.
I always send the invitation out. But here's my thing. The truth is, Kirk, and
If you want to play catch in the park again, I would do that again.
Here's the thing, and I truly
You want to have a catch?
Have a catch, son?
I truly mean this. I will always invite you,
Yeah.
but I never really expect you to come.
Yeah,
Like
I'm very picky about
when
stuff.
I said working out at 7 a.m., I know you're not into that.
I like to work out.
Not at 7 a.m.
Nobody even wants to be up at 7 a.m.
When I said shooting guns, I know you're not a gun guy. So I knew you weren't gonna come. But
No, I just know maybe I am a gun guy, and I'm just trying to avoid the.
Either way, we hung out the next day, and we went for ribs or some shit like that. I forget what we did.
Oh yeah, I got you all you could eat ribs because that's what you wanted.
See, there you go. So what I'm saying is,
it was $43.
I couldn't see that coming.
See, what I'm saying is, on my birthday, I wanted to do what I wanted to do. I didn't give a fuck who came.
When we saw the Mission
was or
Impossible,
whatever.
right?
Yeah, I think we might have
That
done
was
that.
then you paid for that. So I think we balanced it out.
Sure.
'Cause
Whatever.
It was like you kind of over.
Good times, though.
I
Good
think
times.
We kind of negotiated because I was like, Kevin, you just want chicken wings like normal, and you're like, I don't know, that looks pretty good. All you can eat ribs, and I'm like, it's kind of pricey in my range of work, you know.
Okay.
And then you're like, well, let's negotiate here. Throw in a movie ticket. I got a 2-for-1. Let's work this out, right?
They don't need to
And then
know
you
the
got
details.
you got knee
Getting
deep
right
in
in,
some of
man.
that, right?
They
Yeah.
don't need to know the details. We just had a good
Mad
time.
details.
We had a good time. All I'm saying is that.
Yeah, we had a good time for sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, for my 30th birthday, I basically did all the shit that I wanted to do. For my next one, who knows what I'll do? I'll come. I'll see whatever. But here's my thing, and this comes down to whether it's friends or even chicks. I put the fucking invitation out there. I don't expect back, but if you come, that's great. If you don't, whatever. We'll hang out another time.
People can chill for like a few. When you're young, it's at night. People are gonna chill for 5 hours, get shit faced, whatever. They got nothing to do. When you're older, people got a couple hours. So it's like one of those. Like, you want to go bowling, cool. You want to do this, cool. Generally, it's just go to a bar or whatever. You want to go to a bowling alley where there's booze, cool. I'll show up. But an all day thing, man, I ain't coming. I can't make it.
Yeah, no, but
I'm not gonna do that.
That's why.
And then most people don't have the stamina, and they're gonna be like, all right, well,
I had a lot of things. But that
and
day,
neither do you.
That day, I put out the fucking.
And neither do you.
I put the schedule out there and be like, listen, I'm going to be here at that time. Just let me know if you're going to be there or not, like, or if you're interested or not. Like I didn't plan anything. Even when I went, because we ended up going to. I think the last thing we did was ended up going to a barbecue joint, grabbing food and drinks there, and I hung out there for a couple of hours, and then by then everybody was kind of like burnt out. I was near the end, and that's why like I think there was a second wave. There might have been like 2 or 3 people that were like wanted to hang out.
You burned out too early.
But I got in most of what I wanted to do anyway. So that's
Well, I mean, that's admirable, man.
That's my thing,
you burned out early like an old person, like
I'm fucking old. I'm
maybe
fucking
next
30.
year, instead of 7 a.m. at the gym, go 9 a.m. mall walking.
Maybe. I don't know.
Some white pants.
Listen. Another
Pick
thing.
up your white pants first, and then
Here's the thing.
white shoes, white New Balances.
Another thing is too the moment I turned 30, certain physical ailments started to creep up on me.
Dude, 30's too early to break down.
I have carpal tunnel
35
in my
is when you start to break
left
down.
and right hands. I have degenerative disc disease in the back. What else? Yeah, pretty much the back and wrists are fucked up. a little bit of shoulder
Bad
mobility.
haircut.
Oh, I fucking cut my own hair because I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like Cape Fear.
Yeah. But yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much 2018. I did that, and I think for me, I'm gonna put 2018 as a good year. I think there was nothing really. I wasn't really disappointed because I didn't have high expectations. I don't know. Maybe you guys had high expectations.
I bought my first keg of beer
Yeah.
at the keg party.
Yeah.
At when we had my house was like kind of a disappointment
Did
because
you
it was
remember to get the fucking top?
no. I got a steam whistle. They set it up for me,
Oh,
so it was like it's part of like
Yeah.
their actual deliveries. Them setting it up, so that was all.
look at this guy, fancy boy.
But I tried to I basically shouldered most of the cost of it though, because I was trying to do it as like a comp.
150?
I think I paid about 100 of the 200.
Oh,
So it was 200 for the whole
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
all
yeah.
said and done. So after deposit was back, so I think I shouldered at least half
Oh,
or
yeah.
more.
when I bought a keg, I was in such a rush.
Mhm.
I didn't get the tap. Like I didn't get to tap the top of it, and I fucking took that sucker to Blue Mountain. To
Oh,
a
shit.
chalet. You know how hard it is to find a fucking keg tap at
Yeah.
Blue Mountain?
Mhm.
Like when you're not like it's like shit.
Did you have to go to could you even go to a beer store and get one? Or they only give it out with an actual keg, probably.
No, you know what? It was funny because we were on a ski hill. It was like a chalet party type thing, and I don't know, man. I brought a keg. Go figure. I
Yeah.
didn't even know the people really. I
You're
knew like
taking
2
a
people. And I
Bowie
showed up
knife.
with a fucking keg.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and no, luckily it was like we were on the ski hill, and somebody we were asking everybody, and somebody went to the stores. Somebody had one. They were in another chalet. They're like, "Oh, we have one," and we're like, "Fucking get over here, man! Free booze for you."
Yeah.
You know. So luckily we were able to work that out.
I'd say my issue was
I learned my lesson.
I let comedians drink as much as they wanted, which was probably a bad idea. I didn't think that that would be an issue, but then that was kind of stupid.
I was
right?
there the night.
Why, they
Kirk was a
turn into
little.
non-funny people.
What?
Do comedians when
No, I
if
just
they're
mean that
a
like they're
comedian sober? Do they turn into an unfunny person?
No, I
when
think
they're
it's just
drunk?
the idea that if you give comics something for free, they'll take advantage of it.
Well, it's
So-
not like most people
Yeah, but I think because normally if I'm running a show, I would
because
give
they are a human being.
yeah, no, yeah. It's just more or less that because I didn't charge the comics because they're on my show, and I feel like it's nice to give them some drinks. But there were a few of them who
They
just
just got hammered.
they just did the thing, and they just went hard on the paint. I'm realizing that hey, maybe after the 5th one, maybe I should start. Hey, you should pay for some of that.
I was there. Kirk almost got into a fight.
I
With
did.
somebody,
I
though?
wouldn't say I almost got in a fight. I wasn't gonna get in a fight. I was just getting confrontational about it because I felt
Yeah.
like
About the alcohol.
no, the one dude was yelling in my house when he was I'm like, you don't need to yell.
No, Kirk was literally in the corner. Go, I will fucking kick that guy out of my house now. He was intense.
Why was he yelling? Because he was drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk, and then for some
got
reason,
loud.
it was just wasn't good comedy, and it's no matter how much you yell and act loud, it's not gonna change anything. It was making I was also drunk because I had the keg the longest, so I was drinking probably longer than anybody, and I don't really drink that much at this point. I kind of I'm like a 2 beer guy at this point, and I don't get drunk anymore. So this is the first time I've been drunk in a while. And I think I just got under my skin because it felt like everybody else was kind of what the fuck's wrong with this guy? He was going overboard. And I'm like, you know what? I went at him first and I was just hey, just take it down a notch, And then I was still being friendly host guy. And then when his response or whatever, I forget what it was, but I was then it was hold me back, Kirk. I basically had to go leave. I left my apartment for about 5 minutes, and then I came back up, and I was okay. I had to talk to another person outside, be hey, I don't know about this fucking guy. I want to fucking kick him out of here.
Yeah.
And
Well, if it's my place, somebody does that, then who knows what's gonna happen?
because it's kind of the show is running, kind of this is the end of the show. So I was just fuck, I'll just leave, and then I'm just gonna let this end. And if it gets any worse, then I got Kevin and my other friend Matt and whoever else, because I don't think this is gonna. It's maybe because I kind of realized that I'm making
Kirk's with the keg over the guy about
yeah,
to finish
I
him,
think
but
I
no,
felt
do
like
it.
maybe I'm making it worse because I didn't. Yeah, that's why. So it was good that I stepped away. Correct, right, Kevin?
As a guy who has a background in security, who's done security work, I was actually just waiting for the shit to hit the fan because a room full of comedians fighting would have been fucking hilarious, but also pretty chaotic.
No, I think it would have been two of us fighting. I don't think anyone else would have jumped.
I don't know. Who knows?
Like who would have taken me? Like who was against me besides the one guy? Right?
There might have been his.
He might have had some people. No, it was like that guy. Me and him were cool because like I've done his show.
Yeah.
And like he's just like a crazy Jewish guy.
Yeah.
And that's basically it. He's
Does
like.
it matter?
It's kind of to him that's what
guy.
It was all about. I'm like,
he's
I'm not even.
Guy,
no.
right?
That's like if you were there, Kevin.
What do you
would,
have against the Jewish
Kevin
guy?
would say. Kevin would say, "This is
matter
all this
that
guy
he's
talked
Jewish?
about was he's an Iraqi Jew, and that makes him fucking crazy."
Oh, was he Iraqi?
He was an Iraqi Jew. That's what. That's his background.
Oh,
That's
okay.
why
I thought he was the full-time Jew.
That's like he was. Well, he's full time Jew. He's Jewish. You know. If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish.
I don't. Human rights.
I don't listen.
Okay, and all that stuff.
Murray, you're wakening the beast because here's the thing.
Learning about a whole.
I'm just trying to fill you guys in with like some, like
discrimination.
Can I just say to 2018
psychological?
I just called him crazy and Jewish. Was that like not like it's exclusively
2018?
Together, you know?
Go fuck yourself with this whole sensitive bullshit.
Yeah.
Can we go into 2019 with a little bit of balls?
I don't identify with what you're saying.
I don't give a fuck. Like honestly, 28. That you know what? If I had to say the things that really annoyed me this year about 2018,
no.
It's about the sensitivity. No, not there were a lot of good things that happened. You know, the sexual allegations, blah 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 blah.
The sexual allegations were good.
You're making me feel uncomfortable with all of these allegations and the innuendo, and I don't feel like I identify like this right now. Okay,
that's I don't. Oh my god. Hey, listen.
I'm just messing with Kevin.
Oh no, because here's my thing. I think 2018 was a very sensitive year. I mean, I learned a lot. I learned this year that trans
it's the end
people,
of days apparently.
Trans people, they like for the longest while. I thought that tranny was a word. Hey, look at that person
for your car.
Well, no. Here's the thing. Apparently,
I'm looking for a rebuilt tranny.
Trans person. Anyways, there's gender neutral. There's
I guess
bi-curious.
If someone says they had a sex change and you can't say I rebuilt my tranny.
I don't know. But no, 2018 was a learning. It was a learning year for me too. I also learned. What else did I learn? There was a lot of things I learned. Shishits, yeah, like a fucking shishit is a. I'm a shishit.
Shiz
straight white gender male or whatever.
Yeah. I kind of take offense to that term. I think.
I don't really give a fuck.
No, I think I just you can throw it back at them. I'm like, that seems like that term offends me because I didn't get to choose the nomenclature how to describe myself, and you're pushing on a term that I am not comfortable with being associated with, and because it seems to be derogatory towards straight white men.
Okay.
So I just want to put that out there, and I'm not comfortable if you say that word around me.
Okay. You know what? I actually have a fucking.
See what I'm saying? I just turn the shit right back.
I have a fucking theory about this whole situation, the whole Me Too, the whole gender thing. I believe there's a fucking. I don't want to use the word Illuminati, but there's a fucking force being moved. Because think about
the same person on Twitter just stirs the same shit every day. Right?
No, here's my thing. Years ago,
Russians are all doing it.
People used America. Well, I mean, let's just use America as an example. America used to be united. After 9/11, you were American. You were one
America.
thing. You were
Fuck
America.
Yeah.
And then when Obama
after Caitlyn Jenner came out, everyone was like, we're all together. No.
When Obama came in, it's kind of started to become okay. Well, maybe a little bit of black, a little bit of white. Like the line started to get a thing, and then all of a sudden, you got your Caitlyn Jenner. Now you have gender.
Not a little.
And then no, but like what I'm saying is, people eventually started breaking off. Where now everybody is in a fuck. Like you're in a certain zone, and people are in their own little tribes. You're either about that movement, you're about this movement or whatever. And I think look, at the end of the day, whatever, progress and all that shit, but you at the end of the day, the people at the top don't give a fuck because they ain't hurting them. So I think they're the best way. Look, they're just saying the best way to take over people is to divide them. So I think that's what's happening now. Like, who really gives a fuck what's in somebody's pants? How the fuck is that moving the ball along?
I care a little bit.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I think you do. Well, really?
I don't give a fuck.
That's very progressive.
I do not give a fuck.
Unless it's you.
So, here's the thing.
No, I mean,
do you really care about the shit that's going on?
I think it's a lot of that, like, you remember the George Carlin bit where he said it's like the way that like politics works by making like biases on either side, it hides the real issues. And so we're fighting over these stupid things that don't really matter. Like it's hard to really because like, normally you look at like the fucking politics in the States.
What are they fighting over?
It's like it's stuff that like it's inconsequential, like which washroom a person could use if they're transsexual or something, right? So stuff like that or family value, whatever. Okay,
exactly.
Sorry.
Jesus Christ, you're becoming one of them, man.
How about
you're falling into them, man.
A person of trans. Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
I don't think that's
a Trans-Siberian. Sorry. So if that, I think it's all become like these issues, and it's like there's way bigger problems happening in the world. Like you're saying, like the wealth divide. It almost like disguises.
No. See, that is not a political issue.
No. I'm saying that like the reason it is because you know who's in power and who's lobbying to keep themselves in power.
Who?
Fucking corporations and rich people.
Mm-hmm.
So
and it's always going to be like that.
Yeah, but
nobody's going to change it.
But I'm saying that's actually a bigger issue than anything else.
But nobody can change it. Even if you have a problem and got elected, the first week in office, you'll be like, "Can we change this? Fuck, I hate this." And you're going to go, "No, there's nothing you can do." And you're going to go, "Shit."
Yeah.
Ah, man. Okay, let's focus on these bathrooms.
Well, no, there is a lot of more like politicians now. At least they're more open.
It's not that people are divided into these little groups. Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump in the United States by a fair bit, but not by a whole lot at the same time. People didn't want her. They didn't want her, and she
2 million more people wanted her as president.
But the FBI guy released a thing about her personal email server, and that torpedoed her campaign, and Donald Trump won. So if anybody's going to get blamed, you can maybe blame that guy who Donald Trump ended up firing, but that's what put him in power. So, and then all the crazy shit that he's been doing after that, that's dividing people after the fact. The election was a big deal, but people did not want Hillary Clinton anymore. They didn't want another Clinton, whatever reason.
She won by 2 million votes still. It was a popular vote.
But she didn't get it, right?
Well, that was like the college thing, which they've proven now is gerrymandering.
Well,
which is like legislation who are people in power, they just
lost.
Well, it's like not a fair
super votes and this. And
no,
I don't want to get into
the whole thing with that is like you have like these territories that are all divided by like where like the region you vote in.
Electoral votes.
Yeah, but they're drawn by the party who's ever in power, and the Republicans have been known to really fuck with them. Like they like cut through areas they know they're gonna win. And they like avoid like areas
well,
like
the Democrats got to fight dirty too.
Oh, I'm
because
just saying.
You know what?
Just saying that's if you want to chalk it up to that, I think that's what more of it was. If you look at like how someone can
lost.
Well, if someone can lose by 2 to almost 3 million votes, then and it's by like basically a seat setting, then that's what's wrong.
Look, those politics are all inconsequential.
But this is why you have this divide there.
But those things don't.
This was a thing before.
When it comes to the big picture of the people who are really in power, I'm not talking about politicians who get 4 years, 8 years in power.
And some voices need to be silenced.
I'm talking about like people like the Rothschilds or
I thought you were gonna say The Rock.
The Rock.
The Rock needs to be silenced.
There's people in power that when people are divided, they become more powerful. Remember that whole...
those guys are already running everything. Like, they don't care.
Remember that whole...
this is the thing. They don't
1% movement? That whole 1%...
Yeah, Occupy Wall Street.
People camped out in parks 1%. And all that shit.
It was all homeless people. But
and then literally all of a sudden, the next year, nobody started camping out. Well, why? Because they fucking spread the fucking word to like, oh, hey, you guys should fight amongst each other about what's in each other's pants and shit like that and all that. And so, that's why
also they didn't charge anybody for like the economic downturn, like the recession. It was basically... It was all Wall Street's like fault, like for all the bad loan stuff, right? Yeah. And then no one, even under Obama, who wanted to go after them, nothing ever happened.
No, like I think like 20 people got jailed.
Oh, just 20 people. So, but like for the most part, they're all still.
Of them were serious.
It's still like business as usual for most of those people still.
So here's my thing. I think a lot of people like nowadays, especially with Facebook and social media, and I mean we do this podcast. We haven't had this yet, but I feel like sometimes people always. Like to come up to me and talk about their causes, right? Like, oh, I'm for vegans. I'm for against animal abuse,
baby killing.
I'm against baby killing. Whatever it is, everybody for some reason has a cause.
But they come to you in particular. They're like,
no, I've heard people like talk to me about the stuff that they're into and like the thing. And to be honest, and like just to get it straight out,
any women ever come to you and say, "I'm a feeder"? You ever had that?
No,
I've had it.
That's your thing. That's your thing.
A feeder.
What
Or they like
that?
to feed you.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
Because you're a fat guy.
Yeah, that's your
they
thing.
feed you in bed.
But what I'm saying is, I know a lot of people that like to
you eat them out. You know, they'll
okay.
eat them.
I'm trying to make an
and there's
actual incident of, oh my god.
It's like food in their vagina, right?
Oh my god!
Did you ever have that?
This is what I gotta fucking do.
No, I have not.
No,
you're not fat enough yet.
How many people on your own Facebook friends list or your own Instagram thing are pushing their own agenda? They're like, oh, I am a biracial, transgender, neutral, sentient human being. This cause is important.
Yep.
You should follow this.
That's my sister.
Here's the thing. Okay,
sure.
Your sister, whatever. Yeah. But we all know people that are pushing their own agendas and thing. And honestly, and this is the most.
But you don't have to follow it.
No, but it's there, and they want you to follow it.
But you don't have to.
No, but they want you to.
So who cares if it's there?
But they want you to.
So?
They want you to, or you're not
what
their
about
friends.
all the movies that are playing in the movie theater right now?
They want you
Are
to
you
be
watching every single movie that's at the movie theater?
No, it's not about
so
movies.
Who cares if it's there? Don't pay your money. Don't go watch it.
No.
So don't follow the cause. Defriend the person. Tune it out. Just be like, whatever.
Yeah, but every single one of your friends has a cause.
Well, no, not everybody I know has a cause.
Like I know this. I make music and I put it on my SoundCloud. Sometimes I share it on Facebook.
It's the reason why I don't really do Facebook anyway.
And I'm like I get maybe like a 1% return on that, you know. And I'm okay with that.
My problem is more not like your shit with the causes. My problem is people with fucking like the wrong information, where they'll catch
politics.
they'll catch like a news story on Facebook or like social media.
Yep.
And they'll be like, "Oh, this is crazy," and then they'll share it, but it's actually not true, or it's wrong. Like it's not, or it's not from now. Like it's like a story from like 10 years ago, but it's relevant now, and like the person did it 10 years ago. It's like you're not actually and people are like, "Oh, jail this person," and it's like you didn't do you didn't Google the article, you didn't learn anything beyond it. They're just so like, click.
Well, that's the thing. Nowadays, people are just getting news articles
me up,
and
share,
sharing that shit. Yeah.
Comment, and it's like maybe you should have Googled that before you did that to learn about the shit that you're about to talk shit about, because you just made yourself look like a dummy, and you wasted my time because it's shared to my page, and then I know about this, and I'm like, you're an idiot, or I go, whoa, that is crazy. And then I look into it and I'm like, no, that's bullshit. Like, what is this?
It's like someone like recently
like
they share
right? It's
Coney
clickbait.
2012.
What?
It's like it'd be funny if like someone like this shared like right now, like today, Coney 2012, like that whole Coney thing. Remember that?
No.
See,
that was a big deal back then.
I remember
the Coney.
2012.
I'm just saying it was like a viral thing where it's like a guy like wasn't he saving kids or something?
Right.
But it was all fake or something.
Right.
But it was like, it'd be funny if that's like someone eventually just found out about that and then thought it was real today. Anyway, I
want to reel it back in because we can go down this. I don't want to go politics.
What do you want to reel into?
I don't really give a fuck. Okay, all I'm saying is that 2018 was a very triggered year for certain people. Not for me. I never get triggered because for me, deep down, like here's you know what
you just got triggered.
No. But I get triggered because
Did
of
you just
like
get triggered?
no, because I get well, you guys fucking triggered me. But like here's the thing, like
we didn't really do anything.
No. Here's the thing because
it's just me as a person and not I'm not a topic.
It was more society.
Okay. Here's my thing. I sometimes watch videos. I sometimes watch videos of people getting beheaded. Okay. And when I watch these, okay, hold on, let's slow it down.
Jesus Christ,
let's slow it down. I want to, because here I want to clarify some things.
I don't watch those.
I watch those videos, and the reason why I watch those videos is because it reminds me.
You want to know how to do it?
No. The reason why,
know how it feels?
No, live leak. The reason why I watch these videos is because when people tell me that their issue or their problem is important and is fucking whatever, I'm like, hell no. Look at that person that just got their head cut off. That person has a fucking problem.
No, they don't. You don't really have a problem. If you're dead, you don't have a problem.
No, but what I'm saying is...
You had a big problem.
You had a big problem, now it's gone.
What I'm saying is...
Nothing matters now.
So if anything, they dealt with their problem.
But what I'm saying is... No. What I'm saying is that when people say, oh, we need to save the whales, I'm like, hey, how about save a person from getting their head cut off? So that's my thing. I think.
So if you're listening, Justin Trudeau, please negotiate with terrorists going forward. Thank you.
Oh, listen, if you're a person,
okay, what?
I watch videos.
What's the soccer mom living in Oakville gonna do? Like what is she gonna do?
Keep her fucking.
When she's got a 7-year-old and an
tell her to-
11-year-old in soccer.
Tell her to stop posting
she's
shit about
sharing
fucking
videos.
Tide Pods
So,
and fucking
kinda-
whatever they're
kinda-
about.
Can I
but
just clear
she's
this up?
sharing
So, like-
videos about child safety in her neighborhood. You're like, you shouldn't share that cause of child safety in your neighborhood
Because there's people getting their heads cut off.
People getting.
I'm gonna send.
He's like the ultimate. He's the ultimate dad who's
Soccer
like
mom.
when like.
I'm sending.
When
fucking-
Kevin has kids, instead of telling there's kids starving in Africa, he'll be like, "There's a guy right now getting his head chopped
Oh,
off.
that's it.
Eat your vegetables.
Eat your
That's it.
vegetables, because some guy is
getting his
That's
head
it.
cut off right now.
some guy's being
That's it.
fed his tongue, and
Listen,
then he's got his
listen.
head cut off.
I remember the
Man,
first
you're
time.
crazy,
I remember.
dude.
I remember the first time I saw a legit head get
But you
cut off.
shouldn't.
I remember the first
Okay,
time I
well,
saw
you're
it.
gone. This explains a lot. Now.
I saw it,
yeah,
and I
right?
was
Like,
like,
It's really weird logic too, because like you wouldn't have come to this conclusion that there's more important
If
things
he
in the
didn't
world
just
without
go, "I
seeing
wanna
someone
watch
lose their
this."
fucking
Yeah.
head. And then he's repeating the viewings because he's got to remind himself constantly.
I have buddies that would
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
hey, this video, and I'm like, dude, what is it? Like, oh, somebody gets hit by a train. I'm like, I don't need to see that, man. I see
no,
enough
that's a
weird
different.
shit.
That's a different. I sometimes watch those.
No, but I'm saying I purposely will just be like, nah, I'm good.
No.
And I'll be like, why? What are you afraid of stuff? I'll be
I
like,
sometimes like
"No, I
to
don't
watch
need to see it,
videos.
man. Like, why do
I
need to
sometimes
see
like to
that
watch
shit?
videos of humanity's deepest and darkest fucking moments.
Why?
Just to fucking remind me.
You realize that's the rabbit hole that leads you to psychosis and being like, well, it doesn't see you desensitize yourself to the point where
Yeah.
you can be like, I could do that.
No,
I
no,
could
no.
do it more efficiently too. And then all of a sudden, you're like looking at people going, I could probably take his head
Nope.
right off in
No,
one
no, no.
swing.
No. I
And
check
now
myself.
you
No.
are a crazy man walking
No.
around the
No.
streets, not acting on the impulses.
You know what's weird?
Thinking about the impulses, and then a trauma happens to you, and
Yeah.
then
Oh, so if
You're
a trauma
done.
happens to me,
And then
yeah,
you're
okay,
done.
sure.
Do you know what he said earlier though? Now you're making me think that he might be going crazy because
Yeah.
I was saying at work or something. I was talking about something ice rink or whatever, right? And he's like, I should just drive my car on there. I'm like, are you gonna kill everybody?
Yeah, maybe.
And I think
Right,
he was
exactly.
prepared to do that.
Yeah.
Like he would have,
Maybe.
if it would have,
Listen, sometimes
If
No,
it,
but I'd be the
listen.
most efficient one to do it.
Listen.
like
You
he's
know
like,
what I
how
mean?
are they gonna get away from me on my car?
Listen, growing up, I used to be like, maybe you guys are still like this. I used to be one of your black and white kind of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Things are black, things are white.
No, everything's great.
Now I live in shades of fucking gray because I've seen the best. I've seen the best. Listen, at the same time, here's the thing.
Shades of gray
Here's the thing.
is what we are. You're talking about
No. Because I
like
balance
a
those
very
videos. No.
extreme black and
Hold
white.
on. Let me rewind it. Because you know
Red
what I
and
do?
blue.
Not only do I watch beheading
he's
videos.
Christmas insult.
Hold on. Not only do I watch beheading videos, but I'll watch videos of those when
Puppies being born.
no, you know when soldiers come back and then they see their kids after the longest while.
Yeah.
That shit fucking melts your heart.
Sure.
So that's I fucking what I'm like. You ever seen Street Fighter Blanca?
So no, I think you're trying to get. I think you're. No, I don't blind. Yeah. Street
Yeah,
Fighter.
I get a little bit of the evil mixed in with a little bit of the fucking goodness.
No, I think that you're.
know?
I think you're doing it as Rush. I think you're doing it as a. Wow.
no,
And
I
then you
don't.
want the.
You know what? I'll
it's-
admit.
it is-
almost like he's
kinda- I
Clockwork
think-
oranging himself.
I think it's stranger than
in
you
the
realize
privacy of his
Yeah,
own
yeah.
home.
by watching this because I think
I
to me
think you should
to
seek
me
help.
I would if I
Yeah.
see I mean if I take away the same thing I think that you took away from this
Mm.
I feel like I would just need to see one beheading
Yeah.
and then I'd be like don't need to see that again. I'm thankful for life.
I don't even
I
want
hope
to see it.
I'm just saying at
man.
the bare minimum, but it sounds like
I've seen
he's
shit.
he's
Okay.
he's repeated the viewings of this.
Yes.
Say it's by accident. Say I see a beheading and go, "Wow, that's what it's like
Yeah.
to lose your life in a moment. I better live my life differently and like be a better person." Like if it inspires me,
he
but I'm not
says
gonna
that
be
the
like,
soccer mom.
yeah.
Who has a 7-year-old and 11-year-old living in the suburbs. It's
Mm.
just worried about soccer class and the speeders in their neighborhood shouldn't be sharing the cause of.
No,
street
share your
awareness,
cause, but just
community safety.
just realize that it doesn't make
Let's
a big
all join
difference.
together. He's like,
Kevin's
what
like,
about the heads coming off?
Doesn't make
Does
a difference.
What about the
anybody-
heads coming off?
has anybody been run over by that car and got their head cut off?
Oh, speaking about that. So here's
Oh.
the thing. Speaking about that. I have seen a lot of subway accident videos.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Videos. I get this sent by certain people that I know who've had traumatic events in their lives, and that's the thing. You get desensitized to these actions. Like, don't get me wrong. The first time I saw a beheading video, I was a little fucking shook. After like the 20th or 30th beheading video, you start to numb up a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
I
You
just said
start
that.
to-
I just said that.
I think
You
you were a sociopath on the
Yeah.
second one.
You start to
the
slow
fact
down
that
a
you're
bit.
seeking them to watch them is no longer about.
No,
"Let
no,
me
no,
see
no.
what's
I don't seek them.
actually happening."
I get them sent to me all the time.
By
I get them
who?
people in my inner circle.
Oh.
I
The
know
dark
people.
web.
The dark. I know people on the dark web.
Dark
Oh, you
net,
signed
yeah.
up to these.
I know the dark
we'll
web.
Email you a video.
I know the dark web.
Is this group of people?
Listen.
Do they, are they overseas?
But then there's other
Who
friends
knows?
who send you jokes or funny.
Oh, I
memes.
get memes. I get memes. I get
And
shitload of
then,
memes.
and then
But every once in a while, it's a little
everyone
fucking.
is like,
it's a little fucking beheading video.
Haha. Joke meme.
Yeah.
It's really a beheading video.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
just saying-
scrolling down and it's like
Man.
just a.
I'm just saying, if you want to
Kevin.
toughen up, you want to get a different point of view.
You shouldn't be watching.
Watching
that kind
beheading.
of stuff.
It's not. It's
Okay,
it's,
but what leads you? Okay,
yes.
what?
Okay.
in
Do you
the
want? Do you want to
world-
really?
Why? Okay, I know it's out there. I know I
Okay.
can find absolutely anything I want. I want to see a guy get shot through the chest with a shotgun. I can go
Seen
watch
it.
it. No, but right. But
Seen it.
why do I need to see this?
No,
Why
no, 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 no,
should
no.
I see this?
No, you don't.
Why
you,
should I go? Hey, Kev, guess what?
No. No.
Check this out.
No, no, no.
This will
You
really
don't need to
show you
see
what the real world's like.
This gonna make you
No.
puke. This
No.
gonna make you.
You know what? I'm an idiot, and I'm trying to get you involved.
You don't need to
into
see it.
some weird thing.
People who are
Next thing you
social
know, you're
justice
jerking off in a
warriors.
plant.
People who think that their little pissant cause is important.
No, you're the one with the problem.
No.
Yes.
Listen, if you can't handle fucking beheading videos,
When
you
there's
ain't
a-
ready for life.
When you're the minority,
When you
in
go
a
to
group of
Iraq-
people mentally to say you're all wrong, all you millions of people and your causes and this and that, you're all wrong. You know what? You guys should be watching these videos to understand what it's
man.
really like out there. And you and 50 other guys are like, yeah.
I think this should be a
You
TED
and
talk.
the 49 other guys are the guys with the problem.
Here's the thing.
And
Can
you
you give
guys
a-
need to be isolated.
Can you give a TED talk
And
about this
examine.
and how like everyone is like going to PowerPoint? There's beheading videos. He's like, see, that made you more empathetic.
Yeah.
didn't
Here's
it?"
the thing.
Yeah.
When
See, you just shit your pants.
here's the thing. When I
I
travel,
rest my case.
here's the thing. I know a lot of
What?
people
What's
that go on
happened to you?
vacations. They like to go on these resorts.
And they should see
and
a
they-
beheading
and they
video
think-
before they go.
No.
Like,
Oh, dude, do you think you would want to go to Mexico after the videos I've seen?
okay, so people
I've
should be.
fucking seen videos.
So you should
from
have.
Mexico.
So you'd like to scar
from
innocent people.
fucking, Oh no, I like to fucking warn you. Hey, listen. Good luck with that trip to Puerto Vallarta, but just in case,
I've been all over
this
Mexico.
might happen. Oh, and good. No, listen. 99% chance you're not gonna happen.
99% chance you walk
You're
down
not
the
gonna
street.
happen.
You
Yeah, I
get
know.
hit by a bus.
What I'm saying is that you can't be ignorant to what can happen to you
that
in
shit
the
can
world.
happen here.
Beheading videos? I don't know.
No,
we're
other
pretty
kind
good.
of
We're pretty good.
videos.
We're
No,
pretty
but
good.
Why are you fixated
pretty
on
good.
beheading?
We're pretty
Why,
good.
Why, what about the back alley stabbing that happens in Toronto?
Oh,
you know,
that's-
No, but I'm saying
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
looking at a glorious
Yes.
adventure ending for somebody
Yes.
like oh my god, out of fear probably, which is why you investigated in the first place to be
Yeah.
like I'd hate this for this to happen. But now that you've watched so many of them, it's turned
Mm.
into a morbid curiosity fascination. It's not healthy for you, my friend. You're gonna have to deal with that because
No,
it's
I
not
just-
healthy.
Yeah, but I like those videos. I like
Now it comes out. It's not even motivational.
I like those videos. I like
You just,
seeing.
Wow.
It's a good time. It's a good Thursday night.
no, those
you know?
videos. Those videos. They make me listen. When I see those videos and I see somebody get their head
It's
cut
quite
off,
the catch.
I'm so happy that I'm alive. I am so happy.
But
like-
you're not
I
happy
get to
before you
live.
see the video.
Oh no, I'm angry. I'm like, why is this situation happening?
No. What
When-
situation? What situation?
The beheading situation.
Okay.
Why
but-
is it
okay,
happening?
Why? Okay, but you wake up, you're angry at life. Like your upper is I need to see a beheading video to feel better.
No. anyways, we're back. We had a technical issue with a camera because we're now working on YouTube stuff.
I don't even know if you need to tell them that. I could probably just put like a dog picture over that, and they wouldn't even know.
Well, he was also right in the middle of a rant.
I was right in the middle of a rant.
I don't know. Like
now it's
I think
be different.
Well, the
so-
thing was, I can cut like a lot of that beheading stuff out, so you don't even need to keep
You
going
gotta
into it.
leave that beheading in.
I mean, like the tail end of it. I think we got the picture, you know.
I'm gonna
Are you
actually.
afraid
I mean,
of the beheading?
he got the video, but we got the picture. you
I'm
know?
actually gonna get deeper into the beheading stuff, anyways.
Kevin likes the beheading.
I
Are
know
you
he
feeling
does.
Uncomfortable?
No.
Yeah, you know. Yeah,
I just felt like it wasn't like a rant. It was just like some weird excuse to do something. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like a rant would probably be something where like explains his point of view and his passion, but he was just like, you know,
Causes.
Kirk, are you like a Canadian?
no, actually.
No, because I just want to know if you're into like freedom of speech and free will and all that.
Do you know what overrides that?
What overrides that?
People's rights.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, but like,
But he's allowed, I guess. Is that
I'm-
illegal to watch those videos?
no, it's not illegal to watch. I looked into that. You're not. Whatever you
Did he just say you're not allowed?
you're
I think he
He's
said
like, I
you're
don't
not
know.
allowed.
you are allowed.
It's the dark web. It
The
doesn't
only
really
thing
matter.
you can't watch is kitty porn because that recording is actually illegal.
Why'd you look into that?
Because I have a lot of friends that are into that shit.
Fuck.
Kirk.
So so you heard it here first. Kevin knows that child porn is illegal somehow.
Right.
Like we never would have thought that before.
Anyways, I wanna just to recap. I was talking about how from time to time, just to shake things up and shake my senses, I'll watch a beheading video just to shake, just to give me a different point of
See,
view.
to
in
shake
life.
things up for me, I'll watch like a video, like one of those free climbers or whatever that like are like dangling off some like fucking weird building. That makes my I get all queasy watching it. Where I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
Did you ever watch
Like,
that
that's so
documentary
horrible.
about the
No,
guy
I
who?
haven't.
There was a documentary about the guy who did the on the World Trade Center towers. He like did the whole. They didn't make an actual movie about it, but the documentary is way better because it's like they have a camera up there and you see him like walking on the wire with the balance beam thing.
No, yeah,
It's really cool because the way you angle, you see it, you feel like you're right with them, and so that like makes you feel fucking weird because you're just like, oh wow, that's like you get
know
like
those
the
videos.
no, I mean
Like
I
where it
just,
shows a guy like scale like the crazy thing to change like a
Oh.
light bulb, and like he's
Oh.
free climbing like some fucking thing.
Oh,
in
like
the
parkour
clouds.
videos.
Well, yeah,
Kind
kind of, but like
just
yeah, where it's
jumping
like,
off a roof.
That's
yeah.
crazy,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, like when they climb to the
some
top
guy
of like
in China,
Dubai, right?
doing scaffolding,
Yeah.
58 floors up with no harness, not tied off, and he's like standing on the bamboo that he just put there that can roll to like reach up to the next level and then tie and I'm like, oh my god, like that's so crazy and so unsafe, or like a hang glider off like some crazy mountain above the clouds where you're like, that's nuts. See, I watch these. You watch somebody's head coming off. I watch those.
Can I just, for me, here's the thing.
Maybe I'll watch a fat cat that doesn't make a jump.
Here's the thing. For me, I need to take it. I guess I started from a young age. I needed to. What I'm saying is, I needed to climb up.
It's like
intensity.
I watch a dog getting his head stuck in a can.
No, well, here's the thing. When I was
it progressively
Here's the thing.
gets more intense.
when I was a kid, when I was maybe 13
Shut
years
up, cat.
old,
Shut up, cat.
my dog was hit by a car, and I had to watch that dog die at that age. And you learn a lot of fucking shit when you're watching an animal pass for the first time. So that shit really desensitized me. And then
what you're saying is you're still dealing with a traumatic event from when you were 13.
Oh, that
And it's manifested itself in a very, very unhealthy habit.
no, well, that event it's kind of similar to what fucking happened to Batman. That event shaped me into
No.
what happened. No. Here's the
Were
thing.
you dog
Batman
boy?
is not watching beheading videos.
No,
he
no,
actually
no.
doesn't kill.
Jesus Christ. Okay, let me break it down into psychology for you.
And he would
fucks.
beat that person, be
Okay.
like, "You psycho."
Here's the thing. When I was a kid and my dog died, and I had to watch my dog die. That same day, I had to go to an actual birthday party. Now, my dog just fucking see.
I think it was a magician. He's like, cut his head off.
No, this is the shit.
I don't mean to belittle your experience.
This is the shit I got to deal with.
It just sucks that, like, it sucks. If I was 13, that would suck.
Here's the thing, and it did suck. But I learned, like, now the thing is, when I went to this birthday party,
it was 17 years ago.
Here's the thing.
You can kind of laugh at that situation.
Oh yeah, no, but because here's the thing.
Not laugh like your dog didn't mean anything.
No, but
the situation. If you saw it on paper in a show, it'd be funny.
But but here's what happened. So I'm dealing with the traumatic event of the dog, and within less than because it happened that day, that evening, I had to go to a kid's party. Right? That day, and then when I was going up, my mom told me, hey, listen.
Hang on, it happened in the evening, and then you went to a kid's party after that?
No, the dog.
What kind of weird party is this? At nighttime for kids?
No, the dog died in the fucking morning, and I had to go to a kid's party in the evening. Jesus fucking Christ. So anyways, I'm going to this kid's party. I'm obviously, shook up, and I'm, crying and all that stuff. My mom tells me that, hey, listen, I can't be going to a kid's party and bringing everybody down because of my dog, my dog dying.
Don't be a downer.
Just don't be a downer, right? So I learned from an early fucking age, you got to keep your fucking emotions in check. You got to keep that shit tight, and you got to fucking control that shit and put on a fucking happy face. So I went in there.
What the fuck does that have to do with watching beheading videos,
bro?
Well,
here's the thing. I went in, and I was the life of the party. Even though deep down inside, I was fucking torn up inside. I was
dead inside.
I was fucking torn up. My fucking dog that I fucking loved got run over, and I had to watch it fucking breathe its last fucking breath with blood and guts all over and all that shit. So I had to deal with that shit.
Why? How did it get run over?
It got what do you call it? We normally kept it on a leash. Ran down because at this time I was living on a farm. It went down all the way down to the end.
Oh, so
truck ran over.
Oh, you lived on a farm too? My first dog was a collie named Holly, and she got hit by a car. It was like in the country. They just let it.
It happens.
My dad let it out of the gate in the backyard, but like we had a huge yard, so he didn't think it was going to go too far. But it ran to like the very front and got hit by a car.
But was that a traumatic event for you? Did you see the dog?
I didn't witness it happen, so I guess that's why I've kind of avoided beheading videos until this point.
Right.
But, yeah.
So to bring that back into thing is I went to this party. I just learned about controlling emotions. But then eventually I started to keep that shit bottled up to the point where...
It's unhealthy.
Well, actually, what you learned was nothing.
Yeah.
You actually didn't learn how to deal with it.
No, of course, not in a healthy way. Of course, I am in no way claiming to be normal, as they say, or whatever. That's why I ultimately also went into doing like comedy stuff, because like I really liked making other people feel happy. That's why I like put on a smile.
Through your pain.
Maybe.
Your
Yeah, exactly.
pain.
I use my pain to make other people happy.
It's like when you made
the
those...
beheading
So the
help
beheading-
you write comedy?
No, the beheading videos, they come into play because sometimes I just want to feel that like, okay, do I still have
my head on
empathy?
my shoulders.
Do I still have...
Do you have a favorite video?
Oh, Jesus.
No, I just.
Oh,
there is one.
No, he
There is
does.
one.
Like, what's your top 10?
Okay,
Yeah,
my
like,
number.
I don't
my-
want to know the actual
my
videos.
number
I
one.
just,
My
I
number
know
one.
he's got one.
My number one video is two Colombian
I know he's got one.
drug runners were caught by drug lords, and basically they both get chainsawed. Anyways, long story short. Hey, listen, they were bad guys and they got bad ways.
Kevin, you're talking like it's a casual thing. This ain't normal, bro.
Oh no, it isn't, and that's why I'm trying. Yeah,
if you,
I'm trying to explain.
This is beyond the podcast now. Like you should go seek help.
No. I do. Hey, listen, we.
I think there's a helpline you could call in.
No. Listen, it's gonna make those helplines. It's gonna make
me
those.
talking to Kevin. He's calling in next time. He's like, what's your next caller? And he's Kevin from Toronto. How can I help you? And he's like, I don't know where to start. I've just watched so much death.
It's gonna make those helplines interesting. But here's the thing. Like,
I love it.
When it comes to my mentality, it's always given me like an extra. Like I enjoy things more. I don't know.
You know what?
Like,
I had a buddy.
And
this was years ago when we were young. There were some shows. I don't even know if they were real. I think they were Faces of Death. They were like a video series that came out. I think they were banned all over the place, but you could get your hands on it. And my buddy did. And then like I saw a few videos or a few whatever, and I was like, "The fuck are we watching?"
Right.
And he's like, oh, watch the guy who gets eaten by a shark. And I'm like, I'm done, man. I'll be upstairs smoking a joint or whatever we were doing. And like he watched it, and then he kept, but the rest of us gave up on it. It ended up being him. Like, and it was like 10 people in this house, and we were like 15, 16 years old. 9 of us, I'd say 9 of us, including a couple girls, ended up not watching the videos. We were like, oh, all right. And we all ended up upstairs, had a drink, whatever, smoke a J, and we're socializing. He like was like scene after scene and like video after video, and like he continued with that in life. Like he's isolated, man. He stopped maturing at that age almost. Like it's almost like he was like, this is life. Like this is some real shit, man. Right. And like he turned into like a conspiracy guy where like you couldn't really have a talk with him. Like Sandy Hook's a conspiracy. And like, no, but it all started there. Right. And like he's like, there's something wrong there, man. Right. There's something wrong there. And nobody else embraced that shit the way that he did. Yeah. And everybody has moved past it, and everybody's matured, and everybody has moved forward with life and responsibilities and emotionally and empathy. He hasn't. Right. And he's still fascinated by that stuff. And I know he's unhealthy mentally because of this. He's in his 30s, right? But he's stuck. Like, it's almost like a teenager would be interested and fascinated with this.
His mind didn't develop to the other things because
that would be interesting to a teenager to be like, holy shit. Like, I could build a fucking, like, a little bomb, too. Like, I remember it was with him, and we would build bombs. Little, little, you throw it or whatever. Maybe you light it, and it goes...
So you get like things, focused on that one thing. Anybody.
You're a kid. It's more science project, right?
Yeah.
So I don't.
He's still like all that shit, and it's like, what really? Like I grew out of that. Like that was 20 years ago, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's an unhealthy. Like he stayed there.
You just got obsessed then. Just obsessed and never really pushed past that.
Find interesting. Like it's like a teenage thing, a young teenage thing where life hasn't really presented itself to you yet, right?
Yeah.
So
maybe it's just someone who just
with this.
Yeah.
And you're fascinated with this shit too.
So here's the thing, because maybe Kirk can answer this as well.
So I'm worried about you.
What do you call it? Like, so recently, maybe a few years ago, I had to go to a morgue and see a dead person for the first time. Like, I don't know if you've ever seen a dead person.
I have.
For first time. And I remember going into the morgue.
I have a lot of experience.
And here's the thing. I don't know. Kirk can maybe verify this. Are you able to find humor in some of the darkest things sometimes? Can you? I don't know. You tell me. Because I've talked to other comedians, and they've said that, they can't. Like, see, for me...
Well, humor in dark situations is a way of dealing with stress.
When I saw this deceased person that I knew or whatever, I was just like... And I saw the body there all laid out in the morgue and all that stuff. My mind immediately jumped to like, oh, hey, this is kind of like an episode of Dexter. This person's like... I started making jokes in my mind. A
serial killer show.
I started making jokes in my mind. I started making humorous things about it. And that's just how my mind works. And I don't know, Kurt, you tell me, have you ever had a situation like that? Where you have dark moments and turn them into light?
I guess dark moments. I don't know if they have anything to do with dead bodies, though. But
whatever your level is.
Yeah, I sometimes say things, I think, but like I think also being a comic or being that way, it's like it's a coping mechanism for sure, like in your own situations, but also sometimes it's how you defer stuff too that you should. Normally, most people have some sort of like emotional attachment, but like possibly you're just like fucked because all you do is talk about abortions and murder. And I like murder, not really bad things, but you talk about things in such a way that you can never take things totally seriously. Or you almost have that like automatic response of being funny or trying to make a joke of it.
Right.
And in general, I feel like I'm desensitized to a lot of stuff like that where I don't feel like connected in a way that like I see people. I'm not like a crier, I don't cry when stuff happens. Like
I think that's
like
if
two
it
people
affects you directly, you probably wouldn't be as a guy. Some people, it's empathy through
like if someone's like, oh, Prince died today, I cried all day, and I'm like, really?
Well,
like,
I thought dudes that cried all day.
No, I'm just saying there's like certain people get like really emotional about things I don't understand, and it's like it'd have to be like there's maybe like 10 people in this world who I'd cry for. That's why it's like because those are the people who are closest to me.
Am I one of them?
Yeah, you'd be one of them. Murray
Would
be-
you legit cry?
Yeah, I'd probably.
I don't know.
No, yeah, no, I would.
Oh God. Okay.
I would cry. I would cry for the people in this room right now.
I don't know.
I don't know. I know it's not even that. It's just more like.
get the tissues.
But I
out.
think it's like the
Yeah.
idea of like these big topics sometimes like it's almost like healthy to like kind of defer the stress or whatever, but also it can be bad. It almost means like you're not empathetic or something. I feel sometimes like when I don't have that connection emotionally, some people seem to have. Like I can understand why someone would be upset, but personally I can't really get into that zone most of the time. Like pretty much never. I've never watched a movie in the last 20 years I've cried.
Yeah.
Last one I remember was like Mr. Holland's Opus.
He lost everything.
For me,
I was really happy in Mr. Holland's Opus when his son says he loves him, but in the deaf voice, I was like, "I love you, Dad," and I was like, "Fucking hit me in the feels." But I was also like, weirdly at that time when I'm like, my parents were going through a divorce, and it kind of like in that movie, that's what happened with him and his son. His son,
I
they
caught
kind
the
of
last half hour. We bought a zoo, man. I teared up. You know,
Yeah.
there was a part I'm like, man. I guess as you get older,
you know what,
you get
Dad,
more sensitive.
we did buy
and
that.
I bottled it back up inside, and I was like, remember what you learned.
Yeah.
In a different way than this guy.
You go
Top
into
gun.
that party, Murray, and you get you the life of the party.
In a different way
Yeah.
than this guy.
I was gonna say.
Oh, no,
I was gonna.
I-
Can I bring up something from our past? Because I think
Yes.
like this. I must make me understand you better.
Yes.
Because I have mental health problems
Yes.
sometimes, time to time.
Yes.
And I remember once in school, I think it was apparent that I wasn't doing very well, and one of our teachers was starting to talk about mental health. And I remember you saying something was talking about like you got brought up for some reason because I was really fucking like out of it, you know.
Right.
I wasn't having a good time. And then someone was like, "Kevin, you're always happy all." And you're like, "I'm happy all the time." And then
Yeah.
I never thought of that other
Maybe
than
it's
like
because I have a yeah.
I never thought of you just like putting on a show all the time in your
Yeah.
head. And now I'm thinking like Kevin is darker than I always assumed. I always
Oh yeah.
I always
like I'm happy all the
yeah.
time.
I thought
Slice.
like it was
Yeah.
basically like I'm
Slice.
super depressed and like losing my focus at school and just
Yeah.
like starting to like have issues with all my teachers and stuff and people there. And then you're just like this guy who's like nothing ever gets to me. I'm
Yeah.
happy all the time.
Yeah.
And now I'm just realizing that's just you just were putting that on.
No,
I'm
it's-
sure you had some of that. You were a happy-go-lucky guy.
Yes.
But like you just had that shield up, right?
Here's okay.
You
so,
had your visor.
Of course.
Visor up, like, in
most
the, you know?
social settings. I always have my visor up. Everybody that knows me personally, professionally, always like even at work, nothing ever gets to me. I'm always happy. I'm always honestly those beheading videos are kind of. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying is
I've never met anybody.
Here's the
that,
thing.
Like,
Here's the thing.
is
Generally,
as fucked as this guy.
no, and that's the way
But
it is.
I'm just saying. I'm just remembering that now, so I'm just trying to
Yeah.
feel like
Okay.
they're definitely.
Here's the thing.
Let me
I've
ask
never,
you this
just to
question.
clarify, I have never had, because I know this is where it gets a little sketchy. I've never had those suicidal thoughts. I've never had evil, I want to kill thoughts. No, I've never had any of
I never
those
said you
thoughts.
did.
I've never had any of the so here's my thing.
I never said you did.
No, but here's my mentality because Kirk really did waking up because when I met him, everybody knew that I was just like the happy guy, and honestly, those are kind of the signs of a serial killer. But anyways, long story short,
Fuck.
no,
No, but you were
Thanks
that
for
guy.
pointing
Who
it
did-
out.
yeah.
I felt like I guess I was just like, oh man, that guy's lucky that he just doesn't. He's just happy
No,
with
yeah,
himself
see,
and
I'd
things
probably
going
be really
on.
good at it.
And like I guess like I remember
Yeah.
just like feeling almost like I
Yeah.
like I didn't like that there was somebody like that like didn't let things get to them or was kind of like always happy and like
Yeah.
always even keeled because of what I was always going through at that time was
Yes.
like I felt like I was in a good place when I first started school and then it just progressively went up and down and I'm like having issues and then I'm like fucking Kevin.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize maybe not like you're sick, but like, you know, like in the way of like just holding everything back.
No,
But like,
it's-
but you always had your cards. I never realized that you were someone who had their damage, you know? 'Cause
I
that's
had-
what I'm
no,
saying.
But yes, I
'Cause
no,
you,
no,
you
I
just
am.
came across as a guy who didn't have any of that.
That's the thing, but
it's funny to think that you did.
for me, where you see, for you legitimately got legit medical help. You got that. I came from like my background and we don't do that kind of like we don't do that, you know, that type of stuff. So I had to learn from a very
What type
early
of
age.
stuff do you do?
Compartmentalize. I've learned and really worked on
Yeah, I'm from that school.
compartmentalizing.
I'm from that
And we've
school.
talked about this even when I told you about when we talk about nuking the heart, about when I really hit my low at that moment. I was able to turn that, that really sucky moment in life, that fucking thing, to become like an energy output, like there's like, and all that stuff. What I'm saying is I compartmentalize these really bad, dark moments, and I feed the beast.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Do you think that a woman is going to accept this dark habit of yours, or be comfortable with it, or should? Because unless they're morbid themselves,
right, which some of them can be,
which absolutely maybe they are. I don't personally want to be anywhere near that woman.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she needs some help. I don't know.
Right.
I'm probably not the one for her. But most are going to be like, that's okay. Yeah, that's fucked up. They're going to think you need help. They're going to be like, they're not going to look at you like I want to be with this guy. They're going to be like, this guy, I need to be around him to help him, to get him help.
Right.
Yeah,
Because they're going to be like, there's something wrong with you. Like, it's not normal behavior for an adult male at your age to be into this. It's a lot like incel. It's
that's
like
a whole different.
No, it's not. Yeah. It's a specific group of people watching and talking about a specific act, which is exactly what you're doing. You're isolating yourself into a very small group of people.
A beheading community? Do you think I'm part of a beheading community?
No, by partaking and watching it, you are, because I don't. He doesn't.
I have a lot of friends who watch it that are
they?
Yeah.
Are they? A lot.
I have a lot of friends who watch it.
There's a lot.
Yes, because for them that's how they deal with grief. Like I had a friend, and let me think.
What grief?
I had a friend who
17 years later.
I had a friend who mistakenly killed somebody. It was a mistake.
Sure.
It was a mistake, and he was, he had to take medication. He had to get, help from it or whatever, and we'd always joke around. Eventually, he started joking around, and from time to time, he'd send me a gruesome video.
Yeah. So he's trying to bring you into his rabbit hole, his compartment, to be like, hey.
No, that's just
guess what?
That's how he deals with it. That's how some people deal with it.
Why is he sending it to you?
Because we both are on the same wavelength.
How would he know?
Because we know we know we're that close of friends.
Somebody has to lead.
Yeah.
Somebody has to lead. Somebody has to say, "Hey, I found the crack."
Okay, let me break.
Or I found the weed. Or I found the cigarette.
Let me break it down
it's
to
like
a more
smoking. Somebody had to be like.
Let me break it more down into a more humorous level, a more joking
go.
Level. Have you ever sent a dick pic to a buddy?
No.
Have you ever sent a dick pic to a buddy? And I know you have.
I sent one to you once.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a black dick because you said something like dick.
And I've sent, obviously, I'm not talking about personal dicks. I'm talking about, here's a big fucking wang.
But you're the only one I've done that to. I don't know if that says anything.
Because me and Kirk are on a fucking wavelength.
I was kind of worried after.
That's a light version of what this is.
I was worried after because I sent it on Facebook.
Here's the thing.
So I was going to get flagged.
Today's a funny dick pic. Tomorrow's a funny dick pic. Day after's a funny dick pic. Boom, boom, boom. Then one day it's your dick.
If that's where you want to take it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm not doing that.
Your
I'm not
personal
sending it to
thing.
a buddy.
Personally, I don't go
I'm not sending it
going
to a
that
buddy.
far.
I'm not doing that.
I know the line. That's the thing. This whole issue of the stuff that I watch, the stuff that I do.
I got a couple buddies that are watching this. Am I gonna send you a dick pic? No, I'm not.
Dude, fucking do that in the middle of when they're in like an interview or some shit like that, or when they're with their girlfriend. Fuck yeah, ruin their day. But okay. But no, here's the thing. I want to break it down.
No, and I see the humor behind it.
Right.
But I'm not.
Yeah, see, Kirk will send me fucking memes like that. Like
yeah. Okay.
Porn
Grinch
memes.
porn.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's just like weird stuff I would send Kevin.
No,
probably.
But how does that? Which is socially, an acceptable thing that we were all comfortable with.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're trying to loop what's accepted in society for the most part.
Yeah.
Like joking with a buddy, sending a mutually accepted joke that somebody else would find funny.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now,
Yeah.
I got some tight friends, man,
Yeah.
that probably know that I'm a messed up person and they're a messed up person. If they ever sent me just, hey, bro, check this out. This is hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude's head comes off. That's a problem. I'm going to be like, why? And would you ever think that I'm down with you on this? And they'd be like, oh, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yo, man, we need to talk. Like, I think you might actually have like some sort of a psychological issue going on. Not entertainment.
Yeah.
Like, have you spoken to somebody? Like, what's up with you? What's happening?
Yeah, it's
man?
probably
because it's not
probably
funny,
a bad
and it's
way
not
to
normal.
cope with
and if
that
you find
kind of
one
thing, right?
or two other people that are down with it, or mainly it's always just one other guy.
Right.
So when people lie, they say my friends. It's always one guy. Maybe somebody else who wants to be included and is like, oh, that's funny. Oh my God, I can't believe these guys like this, but I'm not going to say anything because they're my buddies.
Right.
But normally it's one other guy, and it's one person leading and another person, and boom, and you've got a pair of people.
It's like one of those. It's a group chat. It's a group chat. Like Kirk and Murray have both left the group.
Well, see, here's the thing. So, and this is the thing, and I want to ask you
one
guys,
person leads
because you guys have your group. So here's my thing. I
don't have a group.
You don't have a group of friends that you're close buddies with?
Oh.
Okay. So let me bring it down. So I've a close group of friends that I've been friends with since fucking junior kindergarten. They know me
too.
inside and out. Like we're old buddies or whatever, right?
Yep.
And
we're not doing this.
Here's the thing: we created a group called the Pit, and I've made comments. I've done stuff on Instagram. Basically, I'm close friends with these guys. And as we've gotten older, we've gotten, we started out with little jokes and then
So
things.
when does it come back again? Or you said the Pit? Never mind.
The Pit, yeah.
Sound like you're the kids from it.
What I'm saying is, and the thing is,
Pit.
I've asked other guys, like other coworkers, friends that I've other met, and I'm gonna ask you guys now if you have a social group of friends where you know that you can push the boundaries of social norms, where you I mean, Kirk, you hang out with other comedians. Comedians, generally speaking, can take some of the most heinous fucking jokes ever.
Is that what you think friendship is?
Pushing the boundaries to see where you can go.
Is that what you think really?
Yeah.
Because that's a misguided view on friendship.
I want to see, am I comfortable at pushing to see
But
where
that's
we
not
can
what
go?
a friend is.
Look, maybe your simple terms of your friends. It's your version of it.
No, it's
No. Here's my thing.
I don't really like some comics. It's like because they say shit and you're like, we're not even really that good a friend to
well, then that's yeah.
And then I feel like my actual friends in comedy, it's like you're not rude to each other, but it's just always somebody.
No,
who's
I think real friends will be rude and fight and talk shit or whatever.
But I feel with my actual friends, it's
act like yourself.
it never gets I guess I never get offended, is what I'm saying, because I always kind of feel like it's on some sort of known path. Or I don't know what I'm talking about. But basically, it's I think if you're saying comedians they say really terrible shit, I don't think I have that exact group of friends in comedy. But I get what you mean, because I've been I've been around.
Friends or just people you know?
Well, because there's this kind of this one.
I think there's a difference, man.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll let you know this is what I'm talking about, because I'm explain further.
Friends.
Because there's people I know who I'm cool with, but then we say go to the show there's the heckler show. So it's you go to that and everyone can heckle, and then everybody is saying shit to everybody, and then sometimes I'm just wow, that was really harsh, because it's
that's what it's
and
about.
it's but I get invited by I've been going I hang out with my one friend there, and I know him, and then it's kind of oh man, that was kind of I'm I don't really want to
I don't want to do this again.
I didn't mind it. It was just kind of I felt it weird that some people have no problem who don't really know you to go after you. But then and then sometimes I meet newer comics who are friends.
That's me putting myself out there in a sporting event,
Well,
and then
yeah.
getting hit hard,
But
and
then
be yo man,
the other
this is just pick up. Be
the other part of
people
that
play
is
hard.
I have if I have a good friend, and then they have a friend in comedy that I'm not really good friends with, and if they bust my balls, I'm I don't fucking take it, because I'm not I'm fuck you, because you're not my friend, and you're hanging with my friend, buddy.
That's a little different.
So it's I'm not gonna let someone in that sense. But other than that, I wouldn't say it's not big of a deal. So I don't know.
All I know is that my crew,
right?
Some of you are part of it, and some of them don't watch this,
right?
But my crew, guys, girls, whatever, the original. If I walked in, or if any one of us walked in and was yo, check this out, man, now or whatever, I'd be alone. I wouldn't have a crew. And if I did that when I was younger, I wouldn't have them as friends.
So
my group, maybe it's a generation thing, maybe whatever, but they would be you're fucked, and they wouldn't want to hang out with me, and I would find other people that were fucked up.
Right.
And then I'd probably end up with one guy off in a corner murdering cats.
There's this
butterflies.
Don't touch that, Kirk. Don't touch that.
Things
This is
with
what I have to
beauty.
deal with. So what do you call it? There's this article Kirk, can you that's like dealing with a kid. Kirk, can you just stop that? Okay. Kirk, you don't have to touch the computer. Kirk,
What are you doing?
Kirk.
Trying to spell.
There's literally nothing on the screen. So what do you call? I'm gonna wrap it up soon. What do you call? There was this article or book, I forget what the name of it is, but basically, and if you can confirm this, back in the day in a group of men, when men generally hang out together, there's something called hazing.
We are men.
There's something called hazing. Now, in the Me Too era, hazing is looked upon as a negative connotation. It's like diminishing, destroying people, whatever.
It could also be called initiation, depending on what you look at it.
But here's the thing. So there was a study done about hazing and why women kind of do it on their own way, but men generally do that. Like, they'll do things like, hey, ass, look, or hey, like little
Generally,
things.
it's a form of tradition.
But it's more than that.
Nope, that's what it is. It's a tradition
So,
carried forward, and that's what hazing is.
okay, the hazing.
And that's how you
That's
end
why
up with
like
the
a grade
name.
9er is tortured by the grade 10 because the
Okay.
grade 10 got tortured by the grade 11 the year before, and it's a form.
Let me break it down to a
And then
more.
you get the
rite of
nickname
passage.
Shit Pickle because
Let me break it
you
down
put a
more.
pickle in your ass and you
you're a
dropped it,
rookie
and you had to
carry the
take a
bags,
bite of
you
that
pay for the
pickle.
dinner.
Okay.
It's a form of tradition.
Let me break it down more to a more simple biological thing. The reason why it was done was because it in a group of men or a tribe, as this article pointed out, is because it wanted to pinpoint who was weaker in the tribe and who was stronger, who's the alpha, who's the beta. And if you know this in your group settings with your friends, there's always a shit talker.
Do you know that the alpha and beta doesn't really exist?
If you believe that,
And are you still trying to figure out who the alpha and the beta is after you've known these people 20 years?
no,
Because that's fucked up.
no,
right? Like,
Oh no!
you should already know this.
No, I was gonna say because the alpha and the beta is based off of wolves' patterns versus humans. Actually,
Well,
that's how
there's still alpha,
and then,
beta, and whatever.
But then, no, the idea is that there's nothing. It's like no one's fully straight. No one's fully an alpha. No
yeah, I
one's
know
fully a beta.
Okay, so
Kinsey,
you can be an alpha today,
Kinsey,
a
and
beta
this not
tomorrow.
nothing.
Well, it's like it's a mixture because it's like how people. It's like what's the word? Basically, just like how there's you don't have. You're saying the gray area. With that, it's gray. There's no such thing
Okay.
as a black and white.
I don't want to go into the sexual terms. I want to talk
No,
about
it's not sexual. I'm just saying that like alpha and beta males, there's no such thing as a full beta male
So
and a
what
full
are you
alpha male.
saying about
Because it's
this?
like it's,
Okay,
it's off
well,
based
let
off
me-
of research. It's
Let
not
me fine. Let me
accurate.
break it down into a more layman term.
No, what is your point?
In a group of cavemen, let's just say cavemen, There
The
would
one
be-
that I understand.
there would be guys basically, hazing on each other, testing each other's strength because they wanted to test up because the group wanted to repeatedly know how strong they were as a group, judging by who was the strongest and who is the weakest. So it would be a constant going around. That was the whole
Who
point.
can survive the paddling of the swollen asses?
Similar to it progressed into what you now know as modern day hazing, but what it went down is to
That's a
tribes
paddling.
and groups of men used
Paddling
to do
the
that to test
school
each other's
canoe.
strength.
That's you better believe that's a paddling.
Anyways, what I'm saying is, and I don't know if you guys have those social settings for yourselves, but do you have a group of where you're with your buddies where you guys, push each other's buttons to see who's stronger, who can take shit, and did you guys have
When
that
we
setting?
were younger and teenagers,
And
when
you guys
we were
don't do that
all
now.
going through hormones and emotions and people getting bigger and people, girls and like, hey, what's up, man? And somebody gets drunk and be like, like somebody's creeping on your move or your flex and be like, yo, you need to shut up.
Okay.
As you get older, especially once you hit your 30,
Right.
late 20s, no, man.
You don't do
we
that.
figured that shit out with friends years ago. If I walk into anybody's place and my buddies are there, they expect me to be me. I expect them to be them, and I know them very, very well. If I'm acting like a fool like that, trying to, trying to pull one off, they'd be like, "What's wrong with you, man?"
Right.
Like then they don't know me. I've never been real at that point. It's not actually you being real. So they're not you're not actually. That's a weird fucking way to live, man. That's a very fucked up way to live.
It's a very tribal way to live.
But it's not a tribe. They're not your tribe. They are, but they're not. Nobody fucks with their tribe after a while, man. You know your strengths and weaknesses. You know who the pretty boy is who gets all the girls. You know who the strongest man is. You know who the smartest man is. You know who's going to whoop your ass in chess. I already know this. Doesn't mean I'm not going to play the guy in chess and talk shit. That doesn't mean I'm hazing him or we're fucking with each other. That's just two friends having a good time.
Right.
We left those days long ago, man. There's no...
That's
a long... And so hazing is like...
Yeah.
And it's not alpha and shit. Like hazing, like, a hockey team where they used to tie a bucket to a
No,
guy's
that's
balls
no,
and
that's,
throw it over a thing and toss
a different
pucks
thing.
into it. No, but that's called hazing and initiation. So
Okay.
what you're talking about, nobody talks about. Nobody acts like that. And if people do, that's a fucked up group of friends.
I've talked to a lot of other
That's a
groups
fucked up
of
group
people.
of friends, and I'm glad I'm not part of
So
your friends.
I've talked to other groups of guys. So this is not my group, but I've talked to another guy who's had friends.
Sounds like people don't know what friends are.
and they grew up together or whatever. And from time to time, like they were a group of white guys. Let's just say that they were a
Doesn't
group of
matter what
white
color
guys.
they are.
And from time to time, they'd have parties and hangouts. And every once in a while, they'd like to bust the N word out. They'd like to get like racist
All right.
and just
So between
get
each
really
other,
hard.
yeah,
Because
they're acting-
they have that bond. They have that trust level between
Yeah,
each
yeah.
other that, hey, listen, I'm going to say some pretty bad shit
Yeah,
that
yeah.
normally would get out,
Yeah.
but I trust
get
you
it.
because you guys
Okay.
are my brothers,
Yeah,
right?
I
Like
get
shit
it.
like that, right?
Yep.
So I have a group of guys that I do this stuff with, but we take shit like we
I have
push each other.
friends that, if we, we're that comfortable with each other.
We're that
sure.
comfortable. Again,
Yeah.
that's the thing. It's a constant go
Yeah.
around. And I just want to know if you guys have that type of social setting. I've
But
known
we
these
do,
guys.
but I would never push them or be like, there's boundaries still. Like they're my boys. Like if
oh no, these are my boys. I
could
go to
live
bat
in
for
their
them.
basement. I could go live in their house.
Yep.
Like if I need a job that bad, like they'll
Oh, they've
help
hooked me up
out,
with
they'll
jobs,
lend
yeah.
me money.
Yep.
But if I ever rolled in the door and was like, hey man, I like watching beheading videos. You down? They'd be like, the fuck's wrong with you, man? Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't go there with me because they don't have that problem. Even with trauma or whatever, they'd be like, dude, like you need to get help. Like this ain't normal, bro.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then everybody would find out. Like they would
Right,
tell
yeah.
everybody, be like, Murray's got a problem.
Yeah.
And then I would isolate because now I don't want to deal with it. And I'd be like, find one guy in a park, be like, you want to see a video?
Right.
And now I'm with some weird guy.
So we have this challenge in the group where we have to send each other the most just like stuff that would just like either super hilarious that they have to crack out in public or something that is so disturbing that it fucks up their day. And that's what we fucking do. You know?
Good
There's
friends.
some people, not a lot, that might answer this. Is that fucking normal? Because I don't think it is.
Should
And I think they're all something wrong here.
should Kevin
And it might explain it because they
get
all grew
help?
up together, so they're all a little something, something.
Listen,
If
Text-
you have an answer, let
text
me know.
help to Kevin
Because I don't think
at
it's normal.
1-800-OTHER-GUYS podcast.
Because I
Listen.
hung out with people that got kind of weird, like they come and go, and then they did some weird shit in our group of friends. But it was just like they kept getting weird. They
Listen.
kept doing weird shit and like
know-
weird, saying.
you know what's
weird shit,
surprising
acting
about
weird.
this? 'Cause
You know
it-
what? We stopped hanging out with them because it was creeping us out. We
But-
were like,
but you
this
know-
is fucking weird.
But you know what's
man.
weird though to me? Like it's like he's done this like under the like I just never would have thought Kevin would be a guy who did this. You know what I mean? Like so to me it's like it's really creepy that I've known Kevin for like 10 years, but this has never come up.
yeah.
He's never been like hey, want to see this? And I'm like,
So,
fuck, you know.
here's the
like,
thing I wanna-
it's like so I'm just saying like if anything, I give Kevin props for keeping it together.
Oh, yeah, listen.
If anything, like
No, but
because
he's
I think
not.
Listen,
he's
no, I'm
not
s-
really keeping
no,
it
but he's
together.
not.
No.
I'm saying
This machine has been 30 years in the working.
No,
It's
I'm-
been through some fucking wars,
I'm just saying.
and I fucking used
But
some
this
of the
might
ammo.
explain things.
I'm just saying his exterior isn't that as it wouldn't be as creepy to
So
like
in
suggest
In the words
to
of
someone who
Batman,
does
it's
this.
not who I am underneath, but what I do that defines me.
Don't bring Batman
Anyway,
to this.
listen. Anyways, what I wanted to say was at the
Batman.
beginning of this pod, I was talking about, was your 2018 good or not?
So was 2018 a
You-
good year for
it was
videos, for beheading videos?
I don't know. Maybe yes or no. But here's my thing.
Heads will roll.
You guys were kind of like,
Heads will roll.
2019, heads are gonna roll.
I had a fucking good 2018. I'm gonna have a pretty good killer fucking 2019. I'm
say
gonna have
killer with
I'm
that,
gonna have
Dallas,
a
about
killer
it.
fucking
You shouldn't say killer.
2019.
You should say good. Great.
Who
Awesome.
knows,
Here's the
man?
thing.
Who
You know,
knows?
if you've listened to this pod and if you know me, I have a positive fucking outlook in life. I like to have fun, do the things I want to do. I'm always positive. I've what do you call? I've never.
Yeah, I'd say you're pretty positive.
I'm positive, but I mean that's because I've.
That's what I mean.
learned-
Like you don't come off as creepy to me unless I've just been totally missing that vibe
listen,
on you.
some of the best actors. Some of the best actors.
I mean, you're creepy in a different way, like a needy sexual way, and it's kind of like
Maybe,
gets on
maybe.
my nerves once in a while. And, like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
joke about it, but I feel like this
Yeah.
one of these days he's just gonna like.
Right.
What, like, I don't know.
I also have never had actual mental. What do you call it? Mental help or
mental helpline. Well,
Or
there's a
what-
helpline you can call if you'd like.
what's
That's been all over the
medication?
news, yeah.
I
Well,
never-
you don't need medication. It sounds like 'cause there's no like
Yeah.
you don't have a mental disorder like depression
Right, so what
or
would you-
anxiety.
if
you might have
somebody-
like
what do we think?
PTSD. Like
No,
this,
he doesn't have
No,
that.
because
there's something, but it's like it's something. Whatever's wrong with you is basically.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just saying there's like I don't know how you would describe that in any type of like medical disorder, other than the fact that you just need therapy to talk out whatever is the hidden issue. Because it sounds like
he doesn't like to do that because he thinks he's right.
well,
like, no. Like I'm telling you,
No, but
lady,
you know Kevin. He's dismissed all of it to us right now.
No,
he
well,
won't
no,
even say,
okay,
"Oh no,
hold
yeah,
on.
well, maybe I do need to."
No.
He's like, "No, I'm perfectly
I wanna
fine.
know-
Watching
Listen.
people die is a perfectly
No.
acceptable
Listen.
form of entertainment, and I'm perfectly healthy watching it because some other sickos that I'm friends with they like it too.
I want to know.
Doesn't make it okay.
I want to know from the guy who's actually seeked mental assistance or help.
Sure.
You've actually gotten help.
I have a psychiatrist, so
Psychiatrist and all that stuff.
yeah.
What would you think? What do you think I should, or what do you think I would benefit from? And
Shock therapy right away.
shock therapy.
Yes.
Is that really what I need to get into?
ECT therapy. You should.
That would be my recommendation, sir.
Right.
They just gotta fucking rewire that brain for you. You know.
Here's
No,
here's my only thing. The only reason why I haven't gone to look for mental help and all that other stuff is because so far, the way I have been living and I've been getting the results that I've wanted out of certain aspects, out of, like, you know, certain things that I've wanted professionally, personally, blah, 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 blah. I'm kind of happy with how those things turned out. And I'm kind of wary that if I did go down that route, maybe the wiring could fuck me up. Or maybe in a different person.
It's supposed to be like working on yourself. That's what you look at therapy as. It's like in this case, working on yourself doesn't mean throwing out any of the things that are going good in your life.
Right.
It's trying to fix the things that you see as negatives.
Right.
So then we could identify that beheading videos are a negative.
Okay.
So then you say, hey, I'm watching these videos, and then maybe they'll start talking to you like cognitive therapy, like behavior therapy, where it's like, well, why do you think you need to watch those, or what is your then you
like them.
Then you explain your thought process, and then they work through it. And there's other forms of therapy as well, but I've heard that's a good one. It's kind of like a standard sort of thing they do.
Right.
So basically, they try to uncover it for you. It's almost you come to your own conclusion, because I'm sure that's what you'd prefer anyway, right? You want them to like make you realize it instead of them telling you.
Oh, I like that.
So maybe it's because I watched my dog die, and then I got touched in my hoo-ha and like whatever, you know, like.
So that's cool.
Like,
so what should I watch instead of beheading videos?
They're like, do you like Family Guy? It's just as bad.
Right.
No,
I don't know.
Or like to replace or do something when you get the urge.
I don't know.
I think the idea with the therapy would be, I think, to uncover the root of the issue of why you feel you need to see things like that. Maybe it's like a psychological thing with your friend. Maybe you feel like that's something you don't want to let go of, and it's a way of maintaining a friendship. I don't know. I'm just saying if there's some sort of root cause,
right,
then you identify that in therapy, and because something maybe you're not cognitive aware of right now. So that would be a thing you can work out. And I mean, it's just like, it's kind of like how you saying, it's like basically think of it as in general how you go to the gym and you have a goal set in mind. It's the same thing with your brain. You're just trying to rid yourself of the bad, bring in some good.
Okay.
And then like there could be other things you want to talk through as well. So like you might just have like a set amount of goals, and a good therapist is most likely gonna like identify within the first few sessions what are the major things you want to accomplish, and then they'll keep going at you with like help and getting you to talk and getting those things to get resolved over time. So I don't know, like
no, I
it's what's basically. It's not like they're gonna go like, you know, they some sort of witch thing, and you're like, you forget that you're Kevin and you don't like motorcycles and stuff. Like you're not gonna be like, yeah, and I guess I don't watch beheading videos anymore, but I don't like Ford Mustangs and Harley Davidson motorcycles. And you're like, oh. That's all, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think you still essentially same as, I think you don't change as a person really.
That's what I
think, but it would help clear your mental baggage, because sometimes you just have to talk about things in a setting that you're comfortable, that you might not ever want to talk about on a podcast.
I don't give a fuck. I'll talk about it anywhere. I don't
but there is something maybe there, you know, like there's something you can work towards.
Right. Okay. That was enlightening on your part, Kirk. I personally won't be getting mental help.
No, he will eventually.
That being said,
like it'll be like mandated, but
maybe I'll be mandated. But here's the thing is that
okay. First of all,
Yes.
just quickly to touch on what not exactly what he's saying.
yes,
You respect athletes,
yes,
like the fucking superstars of the world.
of course,
You know what they focus on a lot now? Mental health.
yeah.
You want to know why? The stress is outside of
course.
everything, right? The
There's a
shit
lot of pressure.
that goes on because you could be a skilled athlete,
time window too. You have
but
a very short
outside of
time window.
that, you know, you get into a real negative lifestyle and a real,
Mhm.
bad scenes can
Right.
happen to people with a lot of money, with a lot of influence.
Right.
And so they focus on that because of history of all these ex-athletes with bad mental health. And they're
Mhm.
like, oh my God. And then you hear all the stories and you're like, wow, like they're really messed up people.
Yeah.
And now like they focus on them and like athletes are getting better and better and better. Like mentally, they're like, no, you know what? I'm not going out until 4 a.m. and, doing God knows what, to God knows who or whatever. I'm going to actually get to bed early because nothing good comes from this. And especially like there's just a lot of healthier options for them that they're doing. Like they're not sending, the questionable tweet or the questionable thing because they're like, does that help anyone?
Yeah. I've heard that with
Like,
goalies.
is this constructive for me or anyone? No. So I'm not going to do it because, you know what? I'm not going to get into this because it takes me down a path. Like,
yeah.
or they get off social media. They're like, you know what? I get into arguments with people and like I just can't. Boom, gone.
Yeah.
Right.
And the team doesn't, tell them. It's like a shrink's like, well, this is why you're all vexed up and arguing with people because this is a stress point because you didn't perform in the game and maybe if that wasn't there, you'd perform better because It's very good for them, and if they can do it, and like I'm sure some of these guys are like in your videos, but I can see them getting help for that.
Yeah.
But like,
Listen, man. All I'm saying
so you
is,
think you're good? You're good for society. You're good for a girl.
here's the thing.
Like you're a total package.
You think a
with
guy
all
like
this.
you know who Rob Zombie is?
I do.
You've seen some of his crazy videos and his movies and his. Some people have said that he has a twisted mind.
That's art.
That's art.
That's art.
Do you really
And
honestly think
it's
that?
all fake. You realize that, right?
But do you
it's
realize?
all fake.
And do you think his art?
Dracula.
Do you think his art
White
doesn't
Zombie
come?
was before Rob Zombie? Yeah.
Do you think his art doesn't come from some place deep within?
Maybe he watches that shit, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe
No,
he's
no,
like,
I'm not
"You're
saying.
fucked."
I'm not accusing him of being.
But
of
right
any
now,
video.
I haven't seen him produce or be on a video going, check out this live, real footage of a guy getting his head cut off. Or I haven't seen that. I've seen
Right.
him produce some out there shit.
Yeah. There's a lot of
That's
other
just him.
directors.
There's
too.
a lot of directors that do
Wurzer,
that, and maybe they,
Werner
somebody
Herzog.
somewhere's probably looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
But-
trying to mention like goalies. Remember we're talking about we're talking about athletes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Goalies. We're going
No,
back
because
to
they
goalies.
said basically every goalie in the NHL right now, physically they have the same ability. They're in the same shape. They're in the same performance
peak
capabilities.
physical.
They're peak physical form all across the board. There isn't much you can separate these
Most
goalies
players
from.
are all pretty
But
close.
the big difference with goalies, they said at this point, is what's between their ears.
yeah,
Like their head, like their mental state. So that's mental health, but also mental focus. So it's like the ability to like be on your game has a lot to do with the guys at the very top who keep mentally fit and like have that like So that's something that like I think you can think of as well if you wanted to feel like
I just find it unneeded stress. If you're looking at weird shit or you're doing things that society as a whole will say is probably unhealthy, it's probably unhealthy, right?
like Glenn Huxtall used to drink. No, was it Glenn Huxtall? No, Ron Hextall used to be a big
Ron
drinker.
Hextall, Kelly Rudy was
Those guys all
alcoholic.
drank a lot, and then like they kind of like they couldn't perform today. It was like they wouldn't survive.
Kelly Rudy talks about cleaning it, like getting clean.
Yeah.
Theo Fleury.
Yeah, he was a raging
back in
alcoholic.
Like that, it makes. I think it makes a big. So you think of it in terms of yourself as like the if you're working at the gym, like the most important muscle you have is your brain. So if you think of it that way, if you're like thinking about like I like to like do the gym and eat a certain way or whatever,
The mind does. Yeah.
and then just think of your mind as the similar sort of thing. I know it's weird, like people don't really have a good understanding of mental health still, and it's still somewhat taboo. But just think of it as that, like it's the nervous center. It's like the most important part of you.
Oh yeah. So I just want to clarify, and I'm gonna wrap this shit up. Just to clarify, I do believe mental health is an important part of well-being. I mean, obviously it worked for you. It works wonders for many.
Worked for me, yeah.
What do you call it? I think if you do need help, you should go seek it personally, and you can stand testament. I mean, I've gotten jobs for the government, and I've done stuff where I've been mentally clear. I've done things where I've shown that I have the mental aptitude to do these
but that
things.
doesn't mean that you're good. That just, you're actually using rewards as a way to say, I'm okay because I keep getting rewarded.
Okay.
And that doesn't mean you're okay. That just means people keep giving you some shit. Right?
Or
it's like an athlete. Keep
Yeah.
getting hit home runs.
Right.
You get more money, more contracts.
Okay.
Doesn't mean you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
It just
right,
means
right.
you're doing something people like.
Right.
But mentally at home,
Right.
you could be like, who knows?
Here's the thing: in my professional and in my personal life,
American Psycho, right?
my mental
Huey Lewis. Is
my
saying
mental
this.
thing has never really affected me. I've never felt the negative
I think
effects
it
of
has.
it. I've never felt the
wouldn't
negative
know.
effects of it.
Well,
You
we were
wouldn't-
talking
Then
about
ignorance is bliss, because
I think we were talking about bottling it up. So you got to remember a certain point. Like,
it might come out. Okay,
No, but you wouldn't know.
I mean, you wouldn't know if it bottle comes out or like it's bottling it.
Like,
in.
no, if you're, because like you form a habit,
Mhm.
right? You form a habit, and a habit is explainable to yourself. Like, and then you're not doing any to yourself. You start validating it or explaining it, and then it's not wrong to you. You're not doing anything wrong.
Oh yeah.
You start validating it. It's just something that I like to do, or
It's like
something.
the George Costanza way how to beat a lie detector. If you believe
if
your
you
lie,
believe it,
if it's true, then it's not a lie. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Basically, that's what it is, right?
Yeah.
And I've learned a long time ago, if you're in a room with 30 people and 29 other people are the ones basically looking at you like, I don't know, man. I think you might like, this party sucks. But 29 people, what do you mean it sucks? It's great. And you're, no, this is horrible. Like, you actually like this crap? Maybe that party's not for you. But you know what? Chances are it's not a bad party. Like, it's your tastes that are not vibing with everybody else's. It's not they should change the party. It's you should leave. You know what I mean? It's not the 29 others. It's you. And that's what it comes down to. But if you start getting, that person could start being like, no, and trying to put their shit on or not identify that, they have a problem. You know what I mean? It's them that has the problem, not the others.
Right. So I want to pose a question, I guess, to the internet, because we're going to be out there. I just want to pose it like, what are your suggestions? Because see, for me, the things that I've experienced, my mental aptitude or whatever, for me and my own personal thing, seems to be working. That's just my personal thing. But maybe, and according to
I just like busting his balls.
according to someone who doesn't have friends to bust balls with, and someone who
No, I do have friends to bust balls with.
Who
We
have-
just won't, I'm not just like sending them dick pics
Right.
and gore videos.
Oh yeah, okay. So let us know if you send
because
your
we
buddies
respect each other
dick
more
pics.
than that.
No blue waffle videos.
I come from a land of savagery.
No, you don't.
And in those lands,
Young people like to use the
Things-
word savage.
I'll show you some.
It's like
video-
a girl's.
I'll
like,
show you some
I
videos
treated
after
him
the pod.
savage, and I'm like, no, you're
Anyways,
just like a confused little girl.
Anyways, that's the other guy's podcast. Let us know if I need mental help. And let us know if you like.
Maybe I'm wrong. Am I crazy?
Maybe he's wrong too. Let us know.
think I'm
Comment
crazy.
in the description.
I think what we're saying is do what you love, and just don't get beheaded.
And let it kill you. That's what it
Is
is.
that the cause?
Yeah.
Because
And if anybody's got any bona fide causes that they want to, let Kevin know about to get him involved, right? Maybe there's something worthwhile.
hey, if you guys want funding for like a full head transplant,
I
you
am
wanna-
a big promote.
Do
The
you
only
want to talk
cause.
about that the music?
Oh yes, a quick shout out to one of our listeners and fans, Carolyn.
Carolyn, what?
She was able to actually hunt down. Like, here's the thing: when I started this pod, and I was looking for theme music, I literally went to this what do you call it, domain place where they get free domain music or whatever, and I literally typed in porn sounding music, and that's how we ended
You
up.
never reveal the magic.
Well, here's the thing. I found that song, and Carolyn, I don't know how she did it.
She apparently likes steaks.
She found a video of steak and
She likes
shrimp,
the meat.
surf and turf,
Meat.
where they basically used, I guess I don't know who came out first, but they used the theme song for the other guy's podcast to. And you know what? If you know what?
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
I'm a big
It's
fan
like
of
steak
Steak
with
and
the
Turf.
music.
Yeah. Anyways, that's we might post that in the group, but that's
I thought
interesting.
Kevin was like, no, this is what I'm into now. I just make videos of steak.
I'm
didn't
a
know it
big
was
fan
a
of
commercial.
Surf and
Carolyn
Turf.
says, "What's up, guys? #1 fan here."
Broop, broop. Whoop up.
All right.
Anyways,
Fans.
that's the other guy's podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We have an Instagram. We have a YouTube. We're on SoundCloud and anything else that you listen to. So that's pretty much it.
Oh, this is it for so it'll be 2000. So then, will this be out in 2018?
Just near the end,
or
right
will
near
this
the end.
be out in 2019?
If it's me editing the video, it might be at 2020. So keep a lookout for that.
Yeah, videos is coming out slower because we are not technically advanced. We'll talk about that in another pod. But this pod will be out on the Sunday.
Hello, computer.
Yes. Murray's talking into him.
Please edit for me.
Anyways,
Please.
that's the other guy's podcast. We are out.
How
Bye,
do we get the
bitch.
files out of there?
Bye. You can.
Do I just lick it? Do I behead it?